Okay. I'm gonna go have fun with Admiral Hipper. That's a monk ass. How's the stream work? Alright, we're gonna go in. So last time, Rip Steam saying they accept all VNs. More like Grockler! Where was he? Oh no. No! Stop! The child, stop! I know you do it for memes just like Lil Drag does. Thank you, the child, for the $6.16. Jesus. The memes. Alright, so last time, Nekomiki-chan killed us by... Well, actually, we learned that lying is good. So remember, friends, if you need to get out of a sticky situation, make sure you lie, because lying's good. And if you don't lie, you'll end up being, and if you're honest, you'll end up being murdered by a snow woman because you made your friend cry. So, remember, always lie, or else you'll die.
I am happy to meet you.
Thanks for following. I'm gonna try and keep a close eye on my bit rate. I don't know if it's gonna act up at any point. Hopefully it doesn't doesn't fuck up, but you know. So now well, shit. Yeah, this was literally right after we lied to her, and we're just strolling on back into the underground caverns. 248 penguins! That's too many penguins. Yeah, remember, always lie, or you die. Alright, let's start the game. With a new timetable conferred upon me. Oh yeah, we switched it to be so, we go meet the girls early in the fucking morning, I think. I resumed my visitation of the underground facilities. The students I had begun to meet with began, what the fuck, before are all waiting for me. Some wear looks of surprise, others click their tongues in frustration, and a couple even show expressions of relief. My return is met with an overall mixed reception, but at the very least nobody lashes out or chastises me for vanishing. The interloper appeared without warning, vanished, and has now reappeared once more. To these students, the matter may just be that simple. Okay, so last time was pretty heavy episode, because we found out Jiru took off her mask, and, well, got naked, basically, and showed us how messed up her own body is because of humans, other demi-humans, or even herself, because, at least I'm under the impression, she's mutilating herself because she wants to fit in, she wanted to fit in more, she didn't want to have these extremities so that humans would, you know, be fucked up to her and all this shit. So, she ended up, like, trying to cut off her own, you know, thingy. She even doesn't have the pincers in where her face is anymore because she ripped those off. It's pretty fucked up. And then Sable, being the great guy he is, ended up for avoiding her, and that's why we lied to her. To tell her we didn't avoid her. But we were just sleeping. Put the Christmas tree up and the dog has his tinsel on. God damn it. The moral compass, no moral compass. Plays internet is Tao internet now. Alright. Whew. Another day, another round of one-sided conversations. I'd forgotten how exhausting it can be to try to converse with someone who wants nothing to do with you. Maybe I should skip first period after all. If I do go to class, I'm just going to get worn down by that chatterbox Ray anyway. Right now, I'm not sure I have the energy to deal with her. As I head towards the entrance of the underground facilities, I hear the sound of something drawing closer. Jesus, no. Surprisingly, the sound is not coming from within the underground facilities. Rather, it seems like someone's about to come down from the surface. A few possibilities come to mind. I don't know of many people who travel between the surface and the underground facilities, so it wouldn't be hard to guess who it is. Be that as it may, I'm not granted enough time to give the matter such thought. Much thought. Before I can make any guesses, a familiar figure descends from the surface, putting an end to my speculation before it even could begin. Oh, Snake Girl! Was it Miara? Fuck. It's over. Sable, what are you doing down here? Isn't it a bit late for you to be visiting students underground? Late? Doesn't she mean... Oh, hang on a second. Drew did mention that most of the underground students are preparing to go to sleep at this time of day. It may be early in the morning for me, but to Miara, this time of day could be considered bedtime. Quickly deciphering Miara's words, I return her question with a warm smile. It may be late for you, but it's early morning for me. This is a much better time for me to visit than when I was heading underground in the middle of the damn night. What about you, Miara? Heading off to bed? You need a snuggle buddy? You need a new statue for your collection? You got me. I've been manning the library for most of the night. Now I'm all tuckered out. Does the library even need manning at night? Whenever I've been in there after dark or in the early hours of the morning, the entire place is empty. I couldn't tell you what it's usually like, but last night the library was swarming with students all night long. Ah, yes, the second-year students must be working on their end-of-term assignments. Was Drew at least helping you? It seems too much to expect for you to go from being skittish around one person to calmly dealing with all dozens. Jojo was there for a while, though she did step out a few times. I know it's selfish of me to say this, but I really wish she wouldn't. It seems like every time she leaves, someone asks me a bunch of questions I don't know the answer to. Dude, when you start working at a new place, that's exactly how it is. You're the experienced person's like, hold on, I gotta go do something real quick. And then right then is when you get asked questions. You're like, I have no idea. I don't know. I feel like screaming, I'm not a librarian, and running away. Though if I did that, I would definitely be causing trouble for Jojo. Josie! What are you doing, Josie? Sounds like you got it rough. My condolences. Jojo still has it worse. I can't believe she usually does this alone on top of coming for the, coming? What? That sounded real bad. Caring for the underground students. Dude, where is my brain today? It's the brain hurt. Yeah, that's what it is. My brain is hurting today. It actually is. I kind of have a headache. Digitizing books, participating in the hunt, and furthering her studies. Or maybe it's because I got done recording Happy Nightmare. And let's just say may or may not diddly have may or may not happen that involve diddly. It's in the gunner, apparently. I don't know how she does it. She has to be the most capable person I know. When you put it like that, I suppose Drew is pretty amazing. Brain hurt, making brain dirtier than usual, apparently. Listen. Don't ask questions, Tiara. Still, the way you talk about her, I'm not sure if you're her biggest fan or you got a crush on her. I swear to God. There it is. Lil Drag, you and your 69 memes. God damn it. 69 memes. Thank you, Lil Drag. Now stop it! You will never stop me. You cannot silence me or the memes. crush? Sable, please don't be silly. My relationship with JoJo is nothing like that. I just look up to her, that's all. I assure you, I'm only attracted to men, and I am most definitely not in a relationship right now. Oh, are you offering? Or are you not offering? Are you, what's the right word? Don't worry, I took some aspirin. It'll be fine. Why does Miara look so serious when she says that? Makes no difference to me whether what she does with her personal life. Oh, Sable. Sable. Fuck!
That's enough. Any more than that's just too much.
That's too much. Little drag, that's more than the tip. You can't tell me what to do. The memes continue on through Little Drag with 420. 420 blaze it. Thank you, Little Drag, for the memes. Stop it! Oh, but hey, you know what? I think there actually is someone with a crush on JoJo, and she's a woman, too. Whoa, hold on a second. Hold on there. We need to explore this. Really? What are earning boss so much? Memes are earning boss so much. Hope he becomes a meme billionaire. That'd be amazing. But a empire built upon memes. I was only joking when I suggested that, but I suppose it's not unreasonable. Drew's taking care of students seriously, even going as so far as to put their well-being above her own safety. It isn't a stretch to think that one of the girls down here might fall for her. Oh yeah, it's probably Hira. It isn't one of the girls she looks after. It isn't someone who needs treatment or rehabilitation at all, in fact. Oh? In that case, is it someone from above ground whom you met while working with in the library? No. Those people only want JoJo for her knowledge of books and of the library in general. They want nothing more from her than assistance with their studies. Don't make that sound like a bad thing, Miara. Students going to the library should be there for the sake of their studies, without any ulterior motives of which to speak. Alright, I give. Who is it? Do I know this person? You sure do. In fact, you've tussled with her quite a few times from what I've heard. She fucking killed me! Hey, that makes more sense. I'm just assuming it's Hira. That makes more sense of why she just straight murdered us last time. Because we made her crush cry. Wait a minute. You don't mean Hira, do you? That's right. Hira may be notoriously difficult to read, but it's clear how she feels about JoJo. The only question is whether it's romantic love or something else. Is that woman even capable of love? She's the most cold-hearted person I have ever seen, both literally and metaphorically. Hira isn't that bad. She just hates humans, that's all. Yeah, that's cool. And men. Now that I think about it. Also, pretty much anyone who gets close to JoJo. So, I'm literally the kind of person she hates more than anyone else. Yeah, pretty much. You're fucked. See? That's why we got murdered. It's a good thing you're a kind, mellow person. If it weren't for your agreeable attitude, she probably would have tossed you out here by now, or worse. I don't doubt it. My frozen remains would be thrown away, and not a single one of the human-hating students down here would object. Hira could quite literally get away with the murder. Thanks, Neko Mickey-chan. You killed us last time, Neko Mickey-chan. Neko Mickey-chan. As fun as this has been, I think it's about time I turned in for the night. Oh, right. Sorry to keep you. It's still light outside, so it's hard for me to think of it as bedtime. We'll share the same circadian rhythm one day, Sable. Until then. Okay, bye. Miara raises one hand as she passes by, bidding me farewell while she stifles a yawn. She soon disappears from my sight, prompting me to head into the opposite direction as I return to the surface just in time for class. Daddy, please let me again. I'm sorry I got us killed last time. We might forgive you if you don't kill us this time. As I think I hear Ray shouting around at the bottom or downstairs because fucking Ray last night decided to buy a Switch and Super Smash Brothers, and that's what they've been playing. And I've been playing because I was rendering all day yesterday, so so that's what we're doing. And I think that's what they're doing right now. Pinkie Pie! God fucking... More hundreds. The moment I reach the surface, warmth and brightness return to my world once more. The sub-zero temperature of a Yukiona's lair, the darkness of facilities made to house nocturnal demi-humans, the repeating stone pattern everywhere I look. After spending time underground, I always find that setting foot on the surface is all I need in order to rejuvenate myself. Azure Lane, Render, and Smash. Yeah, pretty much. That was my day yesterday. It sucked. No, it didn't suck. It was just... I hate not recording on a day that I need to record. So I was just like, ugh. Man, it really is nice out here. I'm not one for being out in the sun. Or outdoors in general. But after spending time in the underground facilities, nothing beats a walk in the sunlight. It's almost a shame that I have to head straight to class. I may have been afforded the leniency to skip class when necessary, but enjoying the sunlight hardly seems like a legitimate reason to not attend. Sounds like a good enough reason for me. Helping traumatized students in a reasonable excuse, as is my conducting my own research, but going for a walk around the courtyard? Don't think so. Pinkie Pie! Oh no. Dude, those bits don't even go in the cup. They kind of just fly around all over the fucking place, don't they? Oh, wait, no, they're going in. Some of them. God damn it. I continue walking towards the first-year classrooms while rationalizing my recent absences from class. Truthfully, I do feel as though I've been missing a few too many classes lately. I've been conducting my own research in the privacy of my dorm room, but that isn't the same as learning from a teacher or participating in class. I came to Amadronia in order to learn from others and to make the most of the Academy's resources. If I'm going to just sit in my room and study by myself, I might as well return home and do so at my leisure. Yeah, but what if the teachers can't really, teach you a lot? You know? Oh, stretch! Oh, the early stretch! Oh. Alright, I'm good. Alright. Having warmed up substantially during my brief walk outside, I enter the Academy building and head for my classroom. No sooner have I entered the classroom ever than I regret my decision to do so. God. Is the succubus teacher hot? Simple answer, yes. Yeah, but she's gone. She got kicked out. Oh, fucking God. Oh, my. If it isn't. Nope. Sable. Sable. Not today, ladies. I walk straight past the three biggest distractions in Class 1C and take a seat in the front row. After reaffirming my resolve to spend my class time wisely just a few minutes ago, I'm not about to fall into that trap so quickly. He literally was like, fuck you guys, I'm going to the front row. Jesus, the second I enter the classroom, they all just swarm around me. Can't they give me a break? I just want to study in peace for once. Pinkie Pie! So after being accosted the moment you enter the classroom and fleeing in order to avoid having the peace disturbed, you break said peace immediately by pestering somebody else. I suppose I should expect nothing less. If there's one area in which human beings excel, it is the art of inconveniencing others. Tara Colt's got a rager for me right now. Sorry about that. My problem with those three isn't that they spoil the peace. It's that they do so during class when our teacher's trying to do their job. I see. So you rationalize your hypocrisy by claiming that it is alright for you because you will only act out at certain times. You get to do the exact same thing that those fools did, yet you are in the right because you can apparently see into the future and know what will happen during a class which has not even yet started. Lashaw's such a bitch. Tara, your wife who's here? Tara Colt's babe. One of them, yeah. Pinkie Pie, stop it! All of you, stop with the bits! Fill the cup. Dude, that is filling. Truly, you are a wonder. How did this academy manage before your arrival? And there's Joseph Barry. Dude, those bits are not even entering the cup. Look at them. They're just... Oh... You like the 30 FPS bit drop in the cup? Alright, I'll wait for these bits. Are we good? We good. Thanks, Joseph Harry. God fucking... Damn you, Excelsior! Responding with slightly more sass than usual, Lishaw calmly offers me a reality check as I attempt to make conversation with her. 30 FPS, more like 2. It says it's 30 FPS, so I don't know why it looks like that. See, like right there, it looks fine. I guess it's just weird. I love the bit cup. I hate it. I'm gonna get rid of it. While I appreciate Lashaw's candor, and I'd rather sit beside her than as someone who won't take class seriously, her comments this morning do seem slightly off. Lashaw, are you feeling alright? You seem even more antagonistic than usual today. And trust me, you are really antagonistic. Of course I am okay. Why wouldn't I be? Just because I've been interrupted in the middle of my studies by an insensitive human being with no self-awareness, that does not mean I am any less okay than usual. I'm the one with no self-awareness? Forget it. If you don't want to talk, I'm not going to force you. I turn away from Lashaw and face the front of the classroom. At the same time, Lashaw's eyes fall onto the physical terminal standing right in front of her. Whether she really is studying or not, it's clear that she is not in the mood to chat. Nope. Let's it spill. It bugs, but because both the bit receiving the animation and the cup animation are happening at the same time. I guess. I don't know how the bit cup works. Sheesh, talk about grouchy. I'm glad I'm not like that when people disturb my studies. Wait a second. Could it be that I'm actually... Before I can finish that thought, our teacher finally makes their appearance. The class soon settles down, eventually falling silent as we prepare for the lesson at hand. Any further self-reflection will need to wait. For the time being, my only duty is to focus on my studies. And that is exactly what I plan on doing. Alright. Sable is the definition of no self-awareness. Yup. He is really something. As our first lesson of the day comes to an end, I find myself feeling as though I've accomplished very little. Throughout the entirety of the lesson, my mind continues to flash back to my morning underground and the interactions between myself and the demi-humans with whom I met. Despite clearly being distracted, however, I do not feel bad for failing to pay attention. Rather, considering the reason for my distraction, I actually feel quite good about myself. My morning was spent helping others, talking to them, soothing their anxieties, and showing them that not all human beings wish them harm. It is a wonderful feeling, and not one I wish to give up anytime soon. Hi, my fellow gamers. Aha, top! Hello. I can see why Drew spends so much time in the underground facilities. Aiding in those students' rehabilitation is a good thing in and of itself, and the feeling of fulfillment from having helped others just tops it off. It may seem selfish to help others for the sake of feeling good about doing so, but it's not as though that's the reason why I'm doing this. It's just a nice little side effect. It's just a pleasant... Yeah, see, you just said it. It's just a side effect of a self-given duty I might otherwise feel hesitant to undertake. As long as those students benefit from my presence, it should be fine for me to feel good about doing so, shouldn't it? Huh? Goodbye, crew. Feeling a strange sense of guilt, I nonetheless smile to myself as I think about my morning underground. So far, I have mostly been meeting with students who are in similar situations to Miara. So there's been nothing terribly confronting or challenging for me to deal with. I talk to students, taking care not to say anything stupid or act rashly, and that's about it. At this point in time, there's very little which goes on down there that might ruin my good mood. Perhaps I ought to stop overthinking this and simply enjoy the feeling while I can. Things are just going to get harder from here on out. You need to space the cheers out if you want it to fill it. No, it's fine. I don't need to space nothing. Once I start meeting with students who actively reject human beings, students who have been hurt and abused by human beings for years, I'll need to remember that there were also days like today. Oh God, no. Don't stop bringing me back. The smile disappears from my face as my mind flashes back to the first meeting with the students from the underground facilities. Despite the fact that I've been meeting with many students from the underground facilities, I haven't been introduced to anybody as frightened, violent, or unstable as those three appeared to be. I've mostly been dealing with students who are nearly ready to re-enter society, students who are willing to see me and who won't lash out without warning. The reason for this is obvious, and I'm glad that I haven't been assaulted or abused by any one of the students with whom I've met. But as far as the future's concerned, the bunny is cute, but she's also, I mean, they're all fucked up. Because humans, if doing good didn't feel good, no one would be doing it. So we're just gonna ignore the fact that Sable has a harem and ghosts, most of them? Well... We've never once ignored the fact that he's oblivious as fuck. So, there you go. DJ! What's up? Forget it. There's no use worrying about that now. Drew won't arrange for me to meet with anyone who isn't ready to see me. As long as I trust their judgment, everything should be fine. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. Oh my fucking God. Mechanist, 1500 bits, you just destroyed the cup. How do you feel about that, Mechanist? Huh? You killed the cup. Thank you. God. Alright. Drew, where are you, Drew? Once my first 3 classes of the day have come to pass, I make a brief stop at the cafeteria, then head over to the library. This time around, my visit has nothing to do with Giroux or the underground facilities. I wouldn't be surprised to find Giroux in the library, of course, and I'd be happy to speak with her. But at the same time, I feel no obligation to go and see her. Today, I have come here purely for the sake of finding an interesting book to read. The way things are going, I really should start thinking about implementing a strict daily schedule. I don't want to wind up spending an inordinate amount of time underground or neglecting my research because I'm spending too much time in class. it doesn't need to be anything too complicated. Just an allocation of time for each of the activities I'd engage in anyway. So I'll accidentally overlook one of them. Let's see now. Wake up early, eat breakfast, visit the underground facilities, attend class, eat lunch, read in the library, working on the schedule. It feels good. I feel great. We have to refill it quickly. No, you don't. Spend too much time in class. Whoa! I hate Sable so much. Worst dating sim protagonist. Avoids waifus. He's a nerd. What? He's a nerd that has no interest in women. And it's so funny to me. If I then attend my final class of the day and spend a few hours thereafter studying, that should bring me all the way through to bedtime. Josie! I just like shouting Josie's name. I don't know why. It's just funny to me. It just rolls off the tongue. Josie! Get Anthea and the Shamrock bits. Those are yours. Shamrock bits are forever yours. Oh, wait. I forgot about dinner. Ah, fuck! Man, I really do need a schedule, don't I? Finally made it here, too. Welcome to more depression. With my head still firmly planted in the clouds, I walk mindlessly over to the nearby shelf. My eye scans over the titles of books in front of me, and my fingers reach out to grab the books themselves. Yet, even then, my mind is elsewhere. Ooh, weekends might pose a problem, though. I was laughing at a stereotypical viewer in pro-tag form. Here's the thing. It's a difference because most nerds are interested in women or guys, right? Or both. It doesn't really matter. Sable is straight up just, I'm a nerd, but I have no interest in women. None. And it's the funniest shit to me. And I use voice to text to type this. Oh, whoa! Dr. William Smash! Wait, does that mean you said Bosskwar Links? And then it popped up? It's crazy. Classes are easy to work around. They're all at fixed times, and each one goes for a set amount of time. But on the weekend, I'm expected to participate in the hunt, and I have no way of knowing how long those outings will last, or whether they'll even go ahead to begin with. Coming up with a schedule for the weekend might actually be hard work. Coming to that realization, I take hold of a book which has caught my eye and make my way over to the counter. Upon reaching said counter, I am greeted by an unexpected sight. Rather than coming face to face with Giroux, the regular librarian, I instead spot a recent stand-in Miara, whom I've already met once earlier today. Ah, good morning, Sable. It's not more. Whatever. Hello again, Miara. How you doing? I just want to get to know JoJo. Hold her hand before the route ends. I'm sure we will. Oh, I thought he gave up because everyone is out of his league, aka nerds. No. Sable's amazing. He has no interest, and it's so funny to me. He has mostly it's his no interest in romance. He did say he is interested in girls to any extent that any adolescent boy would be, but he has no interest in romance. It's just the silliest thing. Hey, Miara. What a surprise. I wasn't expecting to see you again so soon. Why is Giroux always gone now? That concerns me. Oh boy. This is hold on. What a surprise. Wasn't expecting to see you again so soon. If you aren't careful, people are going to start saying that you're coming here just to see me. Don't be silly. I'm just here to help out, that's all. And this may be our second meeting today for you, but for me, Our last meeting was yesterday. Ah, yes, you were heading off to bed when we met earlier. He's not the guru. Can I voice the text too? No! The date may not have changed, but considering your sleep patterns, it must feel like a whole new day. You could say that again. I only woke up a half an hour ago. Half an hour? But you were heading off to bed less than 6 hours ago. Do Gorgons not require as much sleep as a human being? My sleeping habits have nothing to do with my race, Sable. I'd usually get a full 8 hours just like a human being, except... Well, I'm sure you already know about what happened to Jojo this morning. Well, what do you mean? I was asleep, but you would have been wide awake, so you probably know more about it than I do. Well, what do you mean happened to Jojo? What happened to Jeru? What, Blizzard? Space Marines? Help! Assistance! Wee woo! Wee woo! Those words escaped from my mouth, not as a question, but as a mindless echo of what Miara just said. My eyes shoot wide open as Miara's words slowly sink in. Not just the words themselves, but also Miara's expression, tone of voice, and the irregularity of our current situation itself. Drew isn't here. Miara was roused from her sleep in order to fill in for Drew. Miara's expression and tone are filled with worry as she speaks of what happened to Drew. Whoa! The more I analyze our current situation, the more I begin to worry. Honestly, the way she's been going lately, that girl's going to put herself underground permanently. Oh, why would you say it that way? Every time she's sent to the infirmary like this, we all fear that it might be the last time we see her. Hold on a second. What is all this about Drew being sent to the infirmary and never being seen again? Whoa! You don't know? I'm sorry, I just assumed you already knew all about Jojo's little, problem. I don't know shit about Jeru! A problem which sends her to the infirmary and risks extinguishing Jeru's life? Wait a second. Is this to do with Jeru being injured by the students in the underground facilities? Not quite. Or at least not directly. I don't know the finer details, but from what I was told, Drew collapsed this morning on her way to the underground facilities. It is possible that she collapsed from anemia, in part due to injuries caused by students from the underground facilities. But if I had to guess, I'd say she simply overworked herself like always. Like always? How often does Drew collapse out of nowhere like this? More often than anybody ever should, really. Jojo almost never sleeps. And she seems to feel compelled to stay busy every waking moment. This is all monk-ass. She does make sure to eat, but she only ever eats books. And while I don't know anything about her biology, I'm fairly certain that she needs more variety in her diet. Pinkie Pie! 500 Pinkie Pie beds. God damn it, Pinkie Pie. See, that's another fun name to just shout. Pinkie Pie. Pinkie Pie! I shout everyone's names, don't I? Miara's revelations fill me with an odd sense of dissonance. Drew, my cool-headed, mature senior, is not supposed to be the kind of person Miara just described. She is someone who has her life together. She's a strong-willed person who has overcome personal trauma and now takes care of others who lack her strength. Drew is a reliable third-year student who devotes her time to aiding others in the pursuit of knowledge. She spends her days helping others to further their studies, and her nights caring for demi-humans abused by mankind. None of these goddamn beds! She is not the kind of careless, self-destructive person who would allow herself to become malnourished and sleep-deprived to the point of losing consciousness. This makes no sense. The Jeru I know is nothing like the person Miara has just described. She would never allow herself to fall into such a sorry state. She's always telling me to go to sleep when I visit the library late at night and to eat properly when I've skipped meals. Not to mention the consideration she's always showing for the underground students. Yeah, because she's taking care of all of you, not herself. Goodbye, Blue. We'll see you later. Someone who shows such care for others couldn't possibly neglect herself to such an extent, right? I know that look. I tilt my head up and gaze at Miara as her voice disrupts my train of thought. Well, what look? That look on your face. You're thinking that someone as caring as JoJo wouldn't possibly fail to care for herself, aren't you? Am I wrong? Unfortunately, yes. Caring for others isn't the same as caring for oneself. Some people in this world are selfish, others are selfless, and the majority are somewhere in between. JoJo seems to be a little closer to the selfless side of the spectrum. I shake my head in denial. If this were a matter of obsession, I could understand Drew failing to keep tabs on her own health. But when it comes to putting others first to such a frightening degree... If thinking of this as an obsession makes it easier for you to understand, then maybe you should. JoJo is obsessed with helping others. She's obsessed with making sure that other students don't suffer the same fate as her, and that they are rehabilitated without incident. She's also obsessed with making herself useful and assisting anyone whom she has the power to help. Does thinking about it like that make it easier for you to accept? JoJo cares more about others than herself. I think that's fairly common. It is, but this is drastic. I imagine throwing bits at Scott is like Leon's. Basically. I suppose. I hang my head as I just imagine that too. I'm just like sitting there and just Monokuma's just hurling fucking pennies. Dude, that'd be my death. I hang my head as Drew's seemingly contradictory actions are explained in terms I understand. If this is all a matter of obsession, then it makes sense. Others may not see it this way, but for Drew and I, there's no greater connection between us than this very trait. Before I came to Amadronia, I would often stay up all night furthering my studies. I skipped meals and social interactions because I viewed them as pointless, time-eating distractions. I only ever thought about returning to my research. Whether she's aware of it or not, Drew may have subconsciously started to do the same thing. Death by pennies. Damn it, Dr. William Smash! Eating only books so that she can continue to digitize them without a full stomach getting in the way. Neglecting sleep as a consequence to tending to the library during the day and caring for injured demi-humans at night. Participating in the hunt even before becoming a third year so as to prevent others from becoming like the students in the underground facilities. Good intentions, all of them, and yet... Drew really is going to work herself to death at this rate, isn't she? It's certainly possible. Even Hira has given up trying to stop JoJo by now. No matter what anyone says to her, she just keeps on doing whatever she wants. I'm beginning to think that the only way she'll ever stop is if the library burns to the ground. You want to make that happen? No, Miara, we're not burning down the goddamn library. You might be right about that. Maybe I should ask my half-dragon friend to go on a little rampage. I'm sure she'd be happy to destroy a building or two. I can't even imagine the look of shock on JoJo's face. We gotta go, baby, our spider babe. Set everything on fire, Nekomiki-chan! It would be a shame to destroy such valuable books, but if it's for the sake of saving JoJo from herself, then it might be worthwhile. Do you think so? I'd be tempted to spare the books such a fate and just stockpile them in my room instead. I have plenty of space in there since my roommate left the academy, so I could probably fit a fair few in there. Wait, Tix left? When'd she do that? Oh, right, because we did the hunt. Right. I was in the mindset of the last route. Tix is gone. So it's grand theft instead of arson, is it? I'm not sure if that's a step up or not. It'd be both. Here's what you do. You take all the books, and then you burn the library. Either way, I'm not surprised to hear that you'd be tempted into a life of crime for the sake of protecting JoJo, or the Academy's books for that matter. Well, I'm surprised that you know about human law well enough to name specific crimes like that. How does a cave dweller learn about legal system of human beings? It's not as though I knew all about human laws before coming here. As part of our education here at Amadronia, the students in the underground facilities are taught about human culture to a stagnating degree, perhaps even more so than the students above ground. Well, hurry to job. If we ever to walk on the surface without fear of humans, we must know our enemy better than they know us. That is the prevailing opinion of the students residing in the underground facilities. Josie! I smile wryly at Miara's explanation. I don't like... While it isn't what I was expecting when I asked Miara about her knowledge pertaining to human society, it does make sense. For demi-humans who only have negative experiences dealing with human beings, learning of our disinunity must... why did I say it like that? Disunity must bring those students at least a small level of comfort. Thanks for following. Hi. Yes, Miara, humans are the enemy, especially Narm! Dude, don't get near Narm. Don't get near Narm. He hasn't taken his medicine today. He's a poor boy. He's a poor man, alright? He needs to take his medicine, but sometimes even the medicine can't help, you know? Narm! The fact that one human treated them poorly is not indicative of the intentions of our race as a whole. Not all human cities are the same, not all humans are the same, and as unlikely as it may seem sometimes, not all humans are hostile towards demi-humans. Thinking back on it now, lessons such as those are quite likely the reason why Drew brought me to the underground in the first place. Why'd I say it like that? To the underground. Hello, Silent! And Rainy. Oh. You broke your blinds? Whoa! How'd you do that, little drag? God damn it. I'd rather not be the enemy, but if thinking of humans is in that manner is what it takes for some students to be rehabilitated, then I suppose it can't be helped. If it's only consolation, if it's any consolation, that feeling doesn't tend to last. Telling the more hate-filled students to stay one step ahead of their enemy is the best way to make them study human society in earnest. That's how JoJo explained it to me. Drew again, huh? I suppose that shouldn't surprise me, given her talk of manipulating Miara through therapy. Sounds like her plans for the other underground students are no different. If they want to go along with their plan, we lie to them and coax them into doing what we want in a way that makes them feel like they're in control. I don't disagree with that kind of thinking if it leads to results, but at the same time, it almost feels like Shiru's trying to make herself into the villain. On that somber thought, my mind turns to the infirmary once again. My body begins to move without me telling to do so. Before I realize it, I've already placed down the book I was intending to borrow, turned towards the exit, and stared to the eye of the door. Leaving already? Yeah, I think I should. As much as I'd like to stay and chat, you'd rather check up on JoJo. We need our babe! Protect her, Nekomiki-chan! Tau dabs! Tau dabs all over the place! I nod in agreement. Sorry, all this talk about her has made me only more worried. I think I should go see her, if only to put my mind at ease. You don't need to explain. It's only natural to visit a friend when they're feeling unwell. Thanks for following. I hung them back up, it's fine. Little track. I'm sure JoJo will be happy to have some company. I hope so. We haven't exactly been seeing eye to eye lately. Want to come with? You know what they say about infirmaries. The more the merrier. That's stupid. I'll pass. I was called up here to keep an eye on the library, and that's what I plan on doing. Tell JoJo I said hi, and that I'll be taking good care of the library for her in her place. Oh, I'd be happy to see you. What the fuck? I'd be happy too. See you later, Miara. Should have grabbed pizza. Yeah, you should have grabbed pizza. I love pizza. You could have brought pizza for all of us. Waving goodbye to Amadronia's temporary librarian, I head into the corridor and begin to walk in the direction of the infirmary. Luckily, we're going to make JoJo happy with our love. Luckily, I haven't needed to go to the infirmary often during my time at Amadronia. There was the incident on my first day, of course, but apart from that, my time here has been injury-free. Nonetheless, I remember the path well. The Academy Infirmary is one place you always want to be able to access in times of emergency, and I personally decided to commit its location to memory after my first visit. Come to think of it, it's kind of surprising that I haven't needed to visit the infirmary often since coming here. Between participating in the hunt, attending lessons centered around newbies practicing spell casting, and befriending members of dangerous demi-human races, I would have thought a few trips to the infirmary would have been a given. Instead, the only time I've been to the infirmary was when I sent myself there on the first day. Yep. Oh, we gonna get killed. Good care. Usurping her position, that is. I shake my head as self-deprecating thoughts begin to manifest. Surely enough, in this academy filled with dangerous lessons and human-hating demi-humans, the single biggest threat I've faced so far has been my own hubris. Maybe that's just how it is for some people. That's a lesson in the game. We're our own worst enemies, whether we're trying to be or not. That goes for both me and, well, for Drew as well. My thoughts grind to a halt as I stop in front of the infirmary. The time for inane monologuing has now passed. Behind this door is an acquaintance of mine, one whom I recently wronged, and I owe my full attention. Whether Drew casts me away, asks me to stay, or simply sleeps through my entire visit, I must make sure to be on my best behavior until the moment I leave this room once more. Oh, excuse me for one moment, dear. I'll be with you in just, Oh. Oh, boy. The moment I enter the infirmary, a familiar pair of pure white angel wings enter my line of sight. Standing before me is the Academy's nurse, our resident angel, Raphael! Hi again. Sorry to intrude. Oh, no. Not at all, dear hero. It is a pleasure to see you again. My expression contorts as Raphael greets me in an unexpected manner. Hero. I thought the moniker of hero was the one she would have stripped me of long before now. It's something I've rejected from the very beginning, and hearing her call me that makes me embarrassed. Angel of Death. Even so, there is no insincerity in Raphael's voice, nor is she mocking me. According to whatever bizarre system Raphael uses to judge others, I am apparently a hero. To what do I owe this welcome visit, my hero? Did you suffer a grievous wound on the battlefield while protecting your comrades? No, nothing like that. Isn't she the one who wants our soul? Rez! What are you doing, Rez? Nothing like that. I'm actually here to visit an acquaintance of mine. Of course. Your close friend is feeling unwell, so you have forsaken your studies in order to visit them. You are truly a kind-hearted soul. What the hell are you talking about? I haven't forsaken anything. It's just lunchtime right now, so I'm totally free. And I think that visiting someone who's feeling unwell is just, I stopped speaking mid-sentence as I realized that Raphael isn't listening to a word I'm saying. In addition to possessing a strange value system, Raphael also seems to reject any conclusions which do not match her own. It's a free day. Last file tomorrow. Free day? Does that mean you're not going to go to the moon today? Oh, God. Fuck water. Oh, it's so good. Oh, yeah. What a troublesome person. I'm glad I'm not specializing in spiritual magic. Having Raphael as a teacher would definitely drive me nuts. Giving up on trying to speak sense to Raphael, I pushed the conversation going. So, is it alright if I pay Jeru a visit? I don't mind leaving if she isn't in any condition to be around others, but, I mean, if, you know, it's Jeru. We love Jeru. Can I just... please? You're here to visit the spider girl. Oh my. Oh my, oh my, oh my. I instinctively take a step back as Raphael reacts to my words. I don't know what I've said, but I've clearly stepped on a landmine. Yeah. So is that okay? Of course it is okay. In fact, please do come and visit the spider girl as often as you wish. Okay. He's just like, what have I gotten myself into? Thanks, I guess. Not at all. If anything, I should be the one thanking you. To take pity on that disgusting, horrid creature to the point where you even visit her when she's feeling unwell. It is truly a blessing from above. Wow. All right. Poor Jeru. Oh, Jeru. Hold on. Ray, wow. Ray, what are you doing? Go get back to Smash. Unlock those characters, boy. What a bitch. Dude, everyone instantly hated her after that sentence. After that single sentence. Or perhaps not. You are here to revel in joy as you watch her suffer, are you? What? What? Of course not. Who would do anything like that? Then my praise still stands. Please go right ahead. I'm sure the spider girl will be overjoyed to have a visitor. For once. I just said I did, motherfucker. Yeah. Oh, you just unlocked. Oh, I just noticed it. Hooray, Dark Samus. The same thing as normal Samus. Let's... Deeply disturbed by Raphael's words, I walk around her cautiously as I make my way over to the bed closest to the window. Sitting on the edge of the bed is Jeru, whom I imagine is wearing a wry smile in response to the not-so-quiet words of the Academy nurse. Hey there, Jeru. Hi. Spider babe, spider babe. I've come to... You forget it. You already heard everything, didn't you? I did indeed, yes. You've come to pay this horrid creature a visit, have you? To take pity on this disgusting spider girl. Those were her words, not mine. I'm here to visit my cool-ass senior Jeru. Any idea where I might find her? Damn, I like that. I'm afraid I haven't seen any cool seniors around here. There is one helpless senior who collapsed from anemia, but I don't think you want to see her given the state that she's in. Aww. Oh, my poor baby. That's all for now. Farewell. Goodbye. Goodbye, Ray. Jeru's words come across as being lighthearted, but a second glance at Jeru's figure tells me she isn't joking. Her arms are shaking minutely as she speaks, and the few parts of Jeru's skin which aren't covered by clothing are a tone lighter than usual. Jeru isn't simply skirting her responsibilities. She truly is feeling unwell. Goodbye, Joseph Fairy. Goodbye. Goodbye, Joseph Fairy. So you really did collapse, huh? I got the gist of things from Miara, but what exactly happened? You suddenly collapsed while working in the library? I was actually on my way from the library to the underground facilities when I collapsed. Apart from that minor correction, I'd say you already know everything. I collapsed from anemia while heading outside. The next thing I knew, I was lying in the bed in the infirmary. That's about all I can tell you. I shake my head as a sigh of exasperation escapes my lips. Anemia, huh? Please tell me you've been eating more than just books, Drew. That depends. Do tomes and magazines count? No, Drew! I'm kidding. It was just a joke. I do eat properly. Sometimes. Define sometimes. Let's see. Whenever Hira brings me lunch. Does Hira ever bring you lunch? She does. Hira is actually a pretty good cook. It's all cold, and I sometimes have to wait for it to defrost, but once it has defrosted, it tastes great. When it's your day off and your boss keeps calling you, #charity. Yeah, never answer that. It's your day off. I expressed my desire to ask about Hira's cooking in more detail. As curious as I may be, I realized that I need to remain focused on Drew's health and not allow myself to be distracted by more amusing topics of conversation. Okay, so Hira occasionally brings you lunch, even though it's fucking frozen. You gotta wait for it to fucking unfreeze. So what about breakfast? What about dinner? And what about sleep? When was the last time you bathed? Or even attended class? Sable, slow down. I can't answer your questions if you ask them all at once. And why the sudden interest in my own health anyway? As I recall, you aren't much better yourself. Hey! I don't think JoJo went through so much at first glance. No, Grisea, no! Eating people. If you have that much energy to spare while you're thinking about ways in which I might improve myself, you're better off directing your concern elsewhere. JoJo's... oh god, I'm saying it now. Jiru's tone suddenly shifts. With the topic returning to her health, Jiru has quickly started to become defensive. The abrupt change startles me, but not enough for me to drop the topic. Okay, while I agree that I'm not much better, at least I'm making an effort. I've changed my habits considerably since I started attending Amatronia. I eat 3 meals a day, I barely ever pull all-nighters, I talk to my classmates. My lifestyle isn't as bad as it once was, nor is it as poor as your own. If it was, I'd be lying in one of these beds myself. Damn! Well, aren't you special? Perhaps you have the right to look down on this pitiable creature after all. Jiru, you know that isn't what I'm saying. Then what are you trying to say, Sable? What kind of point are you trying to make here? I'm not going to change my way of life just because it inconveniences you. I'm sorry if my absence from the library has made it difficult for you to continue your studies, but I'm not about to jump from this bed and race over there just to satisfy your lust for knowledge. Good, nor should you! The best thing for you to do right now is to rest. Miara can take care of everything in the library in your absence. You just need to focus on actual recovery. Oh, so I'm that easy to replace, am I? Just have Miara do it. She'll do a better job than Jiru ever would. Oh my god, Jiru! Nobody even said that! Dude. Nagamiki-chan, I need you to slap her in the face for me, because that'd be highly inappropriate if I did. You need to just give her a good old reality check. Fuck, I just got water all over my face! Help! Oh, Jesus! Jesus Christ! Oh, Jesus, it's over. Alright. A second ago, you were defending your absence from the library. Now you're lamenting the fact that you're replaceable? I do not get you, Jiru. I don't get you. Of course you don't. Whatever you think you've learned about me in your short time here, you're sorely mistaken. Your mental image of me couldn't be more wrong. Not that I'd expect any different from a human. Wow! Wow! I see how it is. I see it, you know? Should have twist our words hardcore. Let's just make out with her. No! Nagamiki-chan! I take a step back as Drew's hostility begins to overwhelm me. In a short period of time, Drew has gone from laughing weakly at her situation to pushing me away by force. Roasted! The way she is now, there's no way I'll get through to her. Oh, given up on changing my mind, have you? Good. The last thing I need is another worrywart trying to dictate my life. Whoa! Drew bitterly spits out those words as I turn away from her and head for the door. Without looking back, I make my escape from the infirmary as quickly as possible. Whatever has come over to Drew, I don't want any part of it. Damn. Best way to a quiet girl. Wow. Thanks, Neko Mickey-chan. Like, it's not even her fault. Unsettled by my encounter with Drew, I return to the classroom and wait for my next class to begin. Before long, students begin to fill the classroom, chatting happily amongst themselves, celebrating a good feast. They all take their seats, rueful only of the fact that they must now sit through another lesson. A short while later, our teacher returns to the classroom, the students quiet down, our lesson begins, and my mind drifts far away. Yep. That is not a thing. Oh, hello? Oh no, the sad music. As our final class of the day comes to an end, the majority of my classmates exit the room as quickly as possible. Some stay behind to chat, others head to their dorm rooms, and some simply wait around in the corridor for their friends from other classes to show up. That's what I would do. Give me some, wait, go to beat some sense in her. I haven't made a single decision. Poor Neko Mickey-chan. No matter what their plans are for the immediate future, the one constant is that every one of them leaves their seat to commemorate the end of another day of learning. The only exception to this observation is yours truly. An entire lesson has gone in one ear and out the other. I shouldn't even bother attending class when I'm distracted. If I'm just going to spend the entire lesson thinking about what happened during lunch, I might as well rest in my room or help Miara out in the library. Of course, given the state that I am in right now, I don't think I'll be able to rest peacefully or be able to help anyone. I rest my cheek on my desk as I try to motivate myself to get up. My brief encounter with Drew has unsettled me more than I'd like to admit. All I can think about is what she said and how our conversation ended. Miara's revelations about Drew's lifestyle, Raphael's harsh description of Drew, and even Drew's own words. With all of those matters swirling around inside my head, I know all too well that I won't be at peace anytime soon. Oh, maybe I'd be better off going back to my old lifestyle, sitting alone in my room all day, devoting the entirety of my being to research, never worrying about other people or getting caught up in their own problems. I'm bummed out too. It's fine, Neko Mickey-chan. You'll make some decisions. Because look, you're leading us. Oh, I don't know what that is, but why is that a thing? Oh, Jesus, that looked scary. All right, let's just, let's just ignore we just saw that. All right, well. You know one of those moments where you wish you could just turn back time for a brief moment. I regret everything I just did. As soon as men decide that all means are permitted to fight an evil, then their good becomes indistinguishable from the evil that they set out to destroy. Magnus! No, you're not allowed to see nothing, Spider Badass. None of you are allowed to see anything. No! Good. Most of you didn't see. Excellent. Alright. No spoilers, by the way. Life was so much more simple before I came to Amadronia. Why did I even want to come here in the first place? The resources here are plentiful, and I've learned a lot about demi-humans, but is it worth staying here? I breathe a deep sigh as negative thoughts begin to consume me. Removing my face from the desk, I shake my head from side to side as if I have to purge those troublesome thoughts from my mind. Come on, what's in the box? Rez, why did you make a clip, you fuck? I Finally, I rise to my feet, mustering my resolve as I look towards the entrance of the classroom. What am I even doing? Of course I should stay here. Just because of one of my acquaintances has shown an unexpected side of herself, there's no reason for me to fret. Returning to my old habits would just lead me down the same dangerous path Drew is currently treading. If I've done one thing right since coming to Amadronia, it has been making an effort to change my lifestyle into a healthier one, filled with experiences one can never enjoy while living in exile. Drew may not see things that way, but as someone who has come back from such a lifestyle and returned to some level of normalcy, I'm confident that I can make her see the light. Uh-oh. Oh, filled with half-baked ideals and baseless confidence, I make my way toward the library once again. Oh, no! Oh, wee-woo! Hold on! What you... That little snippet of what I just saw, boys! It's happening! Negamiki-chan! What have you done? The hallways are littered with students hanging around in small groups. As I walk further away from the classrooms, the number of students begin to dwindle. Negamiki-chan, why? And by the time I reach the library, the hallways are empty. It's coming! Here it is! In a way, I'm glad that they have chosen to hang around the first-year classrooms. Having dozens of students all talking loudly outside the library would only disturb the students who are attempting to study in silence. Let's stay positive, everyone! On this particular day, however... Yep, there it is! I knew it was coming! Help! Wee-woo! Alright. Hold on, I need to drink some water. Alright. Having a few witnesses might not be such a bad thing. Yeah, she is. I had a feeling this was gonna happen just because of the whole replacing, quote, replacing her thing, that she might go crazy. Did you think it would be that easy? Like you could just slither in here and take this place from me? Stop it, Jojo. I keep telling you I didn't Shut up. Don't you dare try to act innocent now. This place is mine. I won't let you take it away from me. Alright, so here's the plan. Okay, so... Getting... God damn. Alright, Negamiki-chan. You might have to make a big decision here at some point, I'm pretty sure. Maybe. Stunned, I watch on silently, frozen in place as an unbelievable scene unfolds before my eyes. Drew, my cool, kind, respectable senior, is threatening our mutual friend while physically restraining her. The calm expression usually adorning Drew's face is absent, replaced in its entirety by a look of malice I thought I'd never see on her. This is not the Drew I've come to know in my short time at Amadronia. This is the Drew I've been warned about by those who know her better than I. This is Drew at her worst. I don't want to take the library away from you. I was only trying to help out while you were unwell. I never asked for help. I'm not some weak, miserable little coward who can't protect her home. Wow. What does this have anything to do with your home? Jojo, please. I'm begging you. I don't want to hurt you, but I fucking will because I'm a Gorgon! Oh, then you'll take pity on me? Ha, like you know how. Do you even remember how many people you've killed? Jojo, please. Miara continues to struggle in vain as Drew clamps down on her. Spider versus a snake, huh? This is... Oh, at least she's about to eat now. Child! Despite Miara's average or advantage in overall body size, her desire to not harm Drew is swaying the odds heavily in Drew's favor. Dude, I would not even care. I would be like, get off my ass. Like, armed with extra legs and experience in combat from her participation in the hunt, not to mention the surge of strength from her apparent bout of insanity, Drew is able to restrain Miara with ease. But not for long. Drew! Stop that right now! I don't care what started this. Get away from her right now, this instant! Drew shudders as my voice reaches her ears. Seemingly hesitant to accept this new development, Drew cautiously turns her head around, peeking at me out of the corner of her eye. That voice. Is that Sable? More shocked than she should be to hear my voice, Drew looks at me warily. For a moment, all the rage and malice is wiped clean from her face. Her expression is one of surprise, conveying none of the negativity I witnessed only a moment ago. Ah, my ears, listen. I'm gonna be loud when I need to be loud. I'm always loud. And that single moment of distraction is all the time that Miara needs. Get off me! Oh, Miara takes advantage of Drew's momentary distraction to push her away, and then quickly creates distance between herself and Drew before slithering over to my back as if to hide behind me. What am I gonna do? I'm a human. Get away from her, you bitch. Yes, baby, your man is here. Juneko Miki-chan. Jeez. What the hell, Jiru? What's gotten into you lately? If you don't want to take care of yourself, that's your problem. But where do you get off attacking me for trying to help you? Sheesh, unbelievable. Follow Miara or stay put. Oh boy, Nagamiki-chan. Nagamiki-chan. Hold on, Nagamiki-chan. Remember. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Stay. Oh, Jesus Christ, Nagamiki-chan. In a weird way, I bet JoJo respects Sable because he's human. Yeah, probably. Oh boy. Desperate to get away from Jiru, Miara quickly exits the library, every one of the snakes on her head hissing and glaring at Jiru right up until the moment Miara disappears from our sight. With Miara now gone, I turn towards Jiru, half expecting her to lash out at me next. Instead, I see nothing but her shadow. Just like Miara, Jiru has quickly made her escape. She has vanished from my sight, not leaving even a clue as to where she could have gone. Looking toward the exit Miara used a moment ago, then at the last place I saw Drew, the dispelled tension brings to mind a peculiar thought. If those two are gone, does that mean I'm in charge of the library? Fucking stupid ass Sable. That's on his mind? He's like, this is my library now. He did! After spending an evening playing librarian, I rejoice as the principal finally responds to my terminal message by sending somebody over to replace me. Oh, this is the best. Hold on. Oh, I need a... I need a stretch. Oh, yes. Oh, God. Hold on, guys. Oh, I need...
Thank you. I love you all. You are totally awesome. Almost as good as pudding.
Thank you for the Twitch Prime 248 penguins. Wait, does that mean you just gave me 248 Twitch Prime subs? For each penguin? Jesus. I wanted him to go after JoJo. Sable never does what you think he's gonna do. That's the best. While the majority of my time in the library was spent reading, which I likely would have been doing in my room anyway, I'm nonetheless relieved to no longer be saddled with such responsibility. Minding the library turns out to be harder than I thought it would be. Even without performing the majority of a librarian's duties, I find myself unable to relax at all. There's a constant nagging at the back of my mind, warning me that somebody might come in at any second, which prevents me from becoming immersed in what I'm reading. For Sable to escape from uncomfortable situations, which means human or demi-human interactions, staying with the books is the easy way out. Yep. Yes, your penguin army is mine to command. Remaining in a heightened state of awareness for hours on end tires me out. By the time my replacement has arrived, all I want to do is rest. And now that I'm free once more, that's exactly what I plan to do. Aha! There you are! Never mind. I knew you'd swing by eventually if I stalked by your room long enough. And now that I'm free once more, that is exactly what it's just, hey, don't try to ignore me. I've been waiting out here for hours. The least you could do is respond. What a pain. Reluctantly, I turn to face Ray. What do you want, Ray? I'm trying to go to sleep. Oh, boo-hoo. You ignored me during class, you disappeared all day, and now you're trying to ignore me again. Do you really think I'm going to make this easy for you? A guy can hope. I sense a bad end coming. Yeah, thanks, Nekomiki-chan. So, do you actually need something, or are you just here to guilt trip me? All right, there is one thing. Here we go. I sharpen my gaze as Ray finally gets the reason why she started talking to me. Rumor has it that you've been getting awfully chummy with some pretty hardcore demi-humans. Is that true? I've watched a lot of ads. Apparently, that's 100 ads. Wait, I actually don't know how many bits an ad gives you. Hardcore demi-humans? You know, demi-humans who are less on the human side of the spectrum? Oh, I get what you mean. While there are a significant number of races which we group together under the umbrella term of demi-human, it's not as though further categorizations and class systems do not exist. The most common method of categorization, especially for human beings who know little about demi-humans, is to group together demi-humans based on how human they are in appearance. Demi-humans such as Ray and LaShaw, who could easily pass off as human beings themselves, are on the end of the spectrum, while others such as Eth and Miara, who are clearly inhuman at a glance, are the opposite end. I haven't really thought about it, but yeah, I guess so. I've actually gotten 175 and 50 bits though. So like, wait, from one ad you get like $1? That's crazy. Oh wait, no, never mind. 5 bits per ad, sometimes 10. Alright, I got you. I saw it. I haven't thought about it, but yeah, I guess so. Why? Did you want me to introduce you to someone in particular? Oh no, nothing like that. There's no need to introduce me. Though I was hoping you might be able to ask a question of a certain someone. Oh yeah? And what might that be? Nothing big, I assure you. Just a little bit of research I'd like to conduct. Oh boy, I got a bad feeling about this one. You're friends with a Gorgon, aren't you? Yes, I am. Good. Ah, this is gonna make things easier. If you wouldn't mind, I was hoping you'd be able to get her to share a teensy tiny bit of information with me. If possible, could you ask her to teach you how to petrify others with a glance? I knew it. I breathe a deep sigh as I close my eyes. Ray, there is no way in hell that I'm going to teach you how to use petrification magic. Oh, come on! Don't be stingy! Just ask her for me! Not a chance. Why not? Where do I even begin? First, you're ranked last in our entire grade. Even if it is possible for someone who isn't a Gorgon to learn such magic, I doubt that you, of all people, would even be able to manage it. Just because I have a low rank doesn't mean I can't use magic well. Well, the long neck is a snake-like, so that's a start. Ray, that's rude. Actually, it kind of does. But you know, even if you were ranked higher, I'd still refuse. Petrification magic is extremely dangerous. It isn't something to be trifled with. And why would an aspiring cleric like yourself want to learn petrification to begin with? I thought you wanted to heal people, not hurt them. That's, actually, it's not for me, okay? It's for a friend. You mean Eth? Yeah, exactly. Wait, how'd you know that? Because Eth is your only friend. It's obvious. I have no other friends. Wait, I mean, I have other friends. I just thought it was her shouting she had no other friends. This game's so fucking weird, but I love it. You know, that person from our class, the one with the face? That could literally be anyone apart from Hell. Look, I don't actually care how many friends you have, okay? Just hurry up and tell me why Eth needs petrification magic so I can refuse and go to sleep. Okay, but I really do have other friends. Liar. Ray fidgets nervously while looking at her feet. And Narm? Showing more hesitation than necessary, Ray gradually raises her gaze to meet mine, then begins to speak once more. The truth is, I was hoping that you could learn the spell from that Gorgon, then teach it to Eth. I figured that if Eth could use petrification magic, then she wouldn't need to be scared of strangers anymore. And if she ever was scared, she could turn the other person to stone and she'd have nothing to worry about. Ray, sounds like a horrible fucking idea. You want Eth to kill people out of anxiety every time she meets someone new? No, it's okay. I'll annul their petrification afterwards, so there won't be a problem even if she does turn people to stone. And there it is. Now I know the real reason why Ray wants me to teach Eth petrification magic. In other words, you want to show off your one talent, healing magic, and make others feel indebted to you? Yeah, that's exactly what I... Wait, no. This is for Eth's benefit, not mine. Really? Yeah, okay. I've heard enough. Hey, come on! You can't just think that I'd have people turn to stone just to make them owe me one, do you? But if hypothetically, if such a thing did happen, how much money do you think I could charge for such a service? Now she isn't even trying to conceal her motive. Exhausted from just about every aspect of the day, I fall face first into bed. No, Ray, I'm going to bed. Between attending class, visiting the underground facilities, and looking after the library, I've already used up my energy for the day. Right now, I have no desire whatsoever to listen to Ray's idea of a new con. Still, compared to certain other parts of my day, listening to Ray might actually be considered a plus. I'd certainly prefer to humor Ray than to witness a spectacle like the one from earlier. With my other responsibilities no longer keeping my mind occupied, I naturally begin to think about an event I'd rather forget. The bad part of the day. Frozen solid, unable to believe what I was seeing. I could only stand idly by and watch in terror as two of my friends fought one another for a reason unknown to me. Even after the conflict ended, I was left with many questions, and no real answer as to why the two had begun fighting in the first place. Because Jeru is crazy! No energy to defend yourself? Then it's the best time for the succubus to appear. God damn it. Ultimately, I decided to push the event to the back of my mind, busying myself with whatever I could as I gave myself time to calm down. Now that the day has come to an end, I cannot turn away any longer. The time for reflection has come, whether I'm prepared for it or not. All this time, I've been thinking of Jeru as some cool-headed, mature senior student. Someone who can take care of others and doesn't shy away from taking responsibility for her actions. Even knowing that she once lived in the underground facilities, I never thought of her as one of them. Jeru was too strong, too in control to be like the others. But then, when she showed me her body, well... Oh, yep, you remember this? This happened last time! That really should have opened my eyes. Even now, the sight of Jeru's body is burned in the back of my eyes. Every scar, every burn, every dismembered limb. And above all, the cold, distant look on her face. Jeru claimed to be a success story of the underground facilities. But is that really the case? Is she truly a role model she aspires to be, whom the other underground students look up to? Or is she actually struggling every bit as much as they are, succeeding only in hiding her distress from the eyes of others? Either way, I don't think I'll ever be able to see her in the same manner as once I did. There's obviously more to Jeru and her current plight than I dared to think. And after what happened today, I think it's about time I learned who my mysterious senior truly is. Yes! Story bit! One more story. JoJo just needs hugs. She needs a lot of help, I think. JoJo's not crazy. She has depression, anxiety, anemia due to self-care. She needs to take better care of herself. That will do wonders for her. You know what I mean, Nekomeki-chan. When I say you're crazy, I don't mean you're actually crazy. It's fine, Neko. Shh. Everyone hug Nekomeki-chan. She's stressing out. Come here, Nekomeki-chan. Shh. Shh. It's okay. It's okay, Nekomeki-chan. It's fine. It's Yay. Give her children. What? Shefu! Oh, God, I'm leaning back in my chair. Hold on. Oh, that was a bad idea because the stretch. Oh. Oh. All right. After the brief drama with Jiru, the days passed by quickly and without incident. Since then, not once have I been called to the underground facilities, nor have I seen Jiru in the library or heard from her at all. Even Miara, who had begun to frequent the library, has been nowhere to be found. And of course, without those two around, Hira has no reason to show her face either. All of my associates from the underground facilities have vanished into thin air. As a result, the doors to the underground facilities have not opened even once. That is bad. I have been unintentionally barred from the underground facilities and cut off from any information pertaining to the other students. Who want a Sprite cramp? God! Now I think about time. Now I think it's about time I find out why. Oh. Joining my fellow hunters in the courtyard, I make my way over to the other first-year students. Even after I reach my fellow first years, however, I continue to walk straight past them, toward the odd person out. Namely, Coco. Oh, shit! Our instructor. Oh, you're here. I was starting to think you were playing truant. Come on, let's go meet up with the others. We have a big day ahead of us today. In response to Coco's display of energy, I simply shake my head. Before we meet up with the others, there's something I want to speak to you about. Alone, if possible. She's blushing instantly. Alone? I see. So it's finally happened, has it? Alright, I'm ready for this. Give me your best confession, kiddo. This beautiful older woman will let you down nice and easy. What are you saying? I just want to talk to you about... It's fine. I understand that members of the opposite sex who are a few years older have a natural allure of sorts. But you know, those one-sided attractions rarely end well. You'd be better off pursuing someone of your own age. No, I'm just trying to tell you, I don't... yes, of course. How insensitive of me. You can't control who you fall in love with, can you? If it were that simple, life would be so much easier. Motherfucker. Okay, screw it. Come at me. Make me fall for you in one shot. I continue to stare at Coco in disbelief, unable to muster an appropriate response to her willful misunderstanding. She's doing this on purpose, isn't she? I never thought of Coco as that kind of person, but I suppose it's not like I have any real basis for thinking that way. I've only met her a few times, and every single time we met, she's assumed the role of my instructor in the hunt. We want Coco! God damn it. No, we want JoJo! Mechanist, help. Mechanist, Magnus, destroy them. Considering her role and our current dynamic, I'd never guessed that she still has an ordinary young adult She was still an ordinary young adult with love on the brain. Oh, God fucking damn it. How am I supposed to get this conversation back on track? Is this a thing? This is a thing. Tell her you love her. Don't worry, it'll be fine. Oh my fucking god. What do you think, Neko Mickey-chan? What do you think? You got everyone wanting to see it. What do you think, Neko Mickey-chan? Oh no, guys. Neko Mickey-chan said no. Neko Mickey-chan said no. Is that your final answer, Neko Mickey-chan? Do you want to disappoint literally everybody in chat right now? Everybody in chat will be disappointed, Neko Mickey-chan. See, it doesn't, for me, it doesn't matter either way. My heart is for JoJo. You know what? You know what? We gotta play this with. She's spoken. I can't go against Neko Mickey-chan. She's sorry. We'll come back and do this at some point. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I'll figure it. Maybe one day. Neko Mickey-chan. Don't worry. We have the save ready to go at any point. Coco, please quiet down and listen for a goddamn moment. I'm not here to confess or to play around. I'm here because there's something important I want to discuss with you. After we die. See, Neko Mickey-chan, at least you have the army of 248 penguins on your side. That's all that matters. She'll just reject us anyway. Who knows, Neko Mickey-chan? Something important? Wait a minute. Something more important than a confession? That could only be a proposal. Hell no! Oh my god, please, Coco, give it a rest already. I don't know if you're in heat or if you're just boy crazy, but enough is enough. All right, jeez. Take a joke, will ya? Man, you're so uptight. Learn to relax a little. Time to leave and do it myself. Wow, I see how it is. Blame Neko Mickey-chan. I'd have an easier time relaxing if I wasn't surrounded by... I saw myself mid-sentence, mid-thought, and take a deep breath. Getting agitated won't help. I came here for answers, and I'm not giving up until I get them. Relaxing both my stance and my breathing, I look Coco in the eye once more. Coco, I need to speak to you about Giroux. Oh, you came here to gossip about JoJo? No, not gossip. I'm looking for information about her. The kind of things that people who have known her for years might be able to tell me. Would you be willing to help me out? Yeah, I guess I could do that. Well, what do you want to know about her exactly? Huh, good question. He didn't even know. Could you perhaps tell me more about her involvement with the hunt? You know about that? How? What are you talking about? She joined on my first hunt, remember? Oh, right, that's what you meant. I was thinking something a little different for a moment there. Something different? Never mind, it's nothing really. Monk S. JoJo's Day as the Hunter, huh? That's not really a lot worth mentioning. You don't say. I stare at Coco skeptically as she almost lets slip something apparently best kept secret. As curious as I am to learn about what other tie JoJo... I almost said it. God! Fuck! Giroux might have to the hunt. I decide not to pursue the matter. The only thing I need is to push too hard right from the start and have Coco become uncooperative. JoJo the Hunter. I can't think of anything that would interest you. It doesn't need to be interesting. Anything you can think of would be fine. Well, If we're talking about their job as a hunter, I guess JoJo's violent tendencies are worth mentioning. Her what now? You know what I mean? Don't you remember she almost killed the two of us? Oh, you mean with the tree, yeah. At Coco's prompt, I think back to my first hunt. While with Coco playing the role of a monster, Jiru and I were tasked with the job of searching for proof of the monster's existence and dealing with it as necessary. In the end, Jiru wound up toppling the tree in which Coco was hiding. Coco was poisoned, or something close to it, and I was almost flattened by a tree. That was just a prank, right? Jiru knew that spell wouldn't kill you, and she calculated the path of the falling tree ahead of time so that it would just barely miss me. I wouldn't be so sure about that. JoJo does some pretty scary stuff sometimes. There's a reason why she has so few friends, you know. Because she spends all her time either in the library or underground. I was going to say because she's a psychopath, but sure. Whatever helps you sleep at night. Nagamiki-chan, you made us fall in love with a psychopath. Anyways, as much as I love gossip, I think it's about time we started to get moving. If we don't head off soon, your friends are going to leave without us. Using the convenient excuse of our unfortunate duty, Coco hurries off, all too happy to abandon our conversation there and then. While I didn't manage to learn much from Coco, there is one part that she said which is already starting to nag at me. Jiru's violent tendencies, huh? A few weeks ago, I wouldn't have believed her. But after that little run-in with Miara, it's starting to think that Jiru really might have a violent side after all. Intrigued by this development, I continue to ponder Jiru's situation as I slowly head toward my companions. My duties as a hunter may take precedence today, but once I have returned to the academy, I will make sure to investigate this matter further. Oh boy. It said I reached the ad limit. Oh, it's over. Remember the hot to crazy scale. Tame that yandere. It doesn't sound like she's yandere. It just sounds like she's a psychopath. Which I guess yanderes are psychopaths. She's just broken. You know? Oh, I want to take off my glasses for a second. Oh. Man. You guys with glasses, have you ever just taken them off and then you're just like, I'm blind. And you just can't see shit. Like how everything just goes blurry because you don't have glasses anymore. What do you think? Oh, yeah, I'm putting them back on. Alright. Oh, I can see. I can see again. Actually, I need to clean them real quick. Hold on. I need to get my cleaning shits. Here we go. Yes. Yes. By the way, my glasses are off. I can't see chat. So if anarchy happens, I won't know what's going on. One glass, one side is clean. Hold on. I hope no anarchy's happening. Because if it is, and if Lil Drag's the one that started it, I'm going to be upset. Ah, yes, clean. Now to see about the anarchy. Oh, Jesus. Oh no. Wait, Lil Drag didn't start the anarchy? Wow. Lil Drag. I'm surprised. You. Anywho. Yeah, to was I! The day after my chat with Coco, I decided to pay the library a visit, nice and early in the morning. While others are still sleeping or eating breakfast, I leave my dorm room and head straight past the cafeteria toward the library. Ordinarily, a trip to the library at this time of day would be made for the sake of speaking to Jiru about my meetings with students in the underground facilities. On this day, however, with Giroux once again absent from the library, I have come to meet with someone else entirely. Oh, okay. Well, at least she's okay. We must get the legendary striker shotgun with a T-core grip and Texas prefix to start. Whoa! Sable, good morning. You're here bright and early today. Good morning to you too, Miara. I may be just getting up, but I guess you probably need to go to bed before too much longer, huh? You know it. I've been here all night, and you're the first person I've seen since 10 p.m. With Giroux still not physically well, and her mental state now coming into question, she has been relieved of her duties in the library, and likely in the underground facilities as well. Miara and a number of other students have been taking turns filling in for her, covering everything apart from the digitizing of books. I was initially shocked to learn how many people it took to replace Giroux, but now I'm just relieved that she's finally taking a break. So, what can I help you with? Are you here for a book, or do you still want to talk? The latter, this time around. Though it's something you probably don't want to talk about, yeah. Yeah, I can already guess what that might be. Sorry. Come on, Scott. Let's get this bread. It's fine. I figured you'd want to talk about that at some point. Let's just get this over with so we can talk about something else. Willing, yet obviously displeased, Miara makes her feelings clear. As much as she'd rather talk about something else, this conversation is one she saw coming a mile away and has likely prepared herself for it in advance. Alright, since you already knew this was coming, I suppose we could just dispense with the pleasantries and just jump right on into it. Can you tell me about what happened that day in the library when Giroux assaulted you? There isn't much to tell. She just showed up and staggered in with this disgruntled look on her face. I greeted JoJo like normal, and instead of greeting me back, she attacked me. You heard and saw for herself what happened after that. She just kept prattling on about this library belonging to her and not allowing me to take it away from her. I don't know where she got the idea that this place belongs to her, but that seemed to be the main motivation behind her attack. Nobody likes talking about JoJo. Sad. Don't even start, Lil Drag, with the bread. Miara recounts the events of that day without exaggerating or allowing herself to become emotional. It's reassuring to see that she's able to speak about what happened without becoming angry or frantic. After being victimized, it's only natural to lose one's composure when reflecting on what had happened. Seeing her like this, I have no doubt that Miara is far stronger and more mature than I am. So Giroux, in her malnourished, anemic state, hobbled in here, declared her ownership of the library, then attacked Miara. That really doesn't tell me anything. I already gathered all that from what I experienced that day. If I want to learn anything new, I'll need to go back further. Having realized that talking about the incident itself won't do any good, I pose a different question. Miara, when did you start calling Giroux JoJo? Huh? What relevance does that have? Probably none, but I'm a bit curious. Giroux claims to dislike that nickname, yet you all call her that. Why? How did it start? Well, it wasn't around when it started. I wasn't around when it started. By the time I came to Amadronia, JoJo had already been called that for years. Fuck you. Years? How many years? Oh my god. No! Fuck you, bread is gross. I'm gonna take that $2 and buy a thing of bread with it. I will eat, and I'll eat that bread on stream. Fucking little track. Oh god, I just swallowed my spit wrong. I'll be choke on it. I will, and then I'll die. And then, well, Bosskwar and the Weebathon will be no more. You guys will have to carry on as just the Weebathon, and it'll be over. I was under the impression that Drew had only attended Amadronia for 3 to 4 years now. Where did you hear that? JoJo's been here for almost a decade now. To what? A decade? What? No, that no. That can't be right. Drew told me herself that she only spent a short time in the underground facilities before coming above ground. She's in her 3rd year now, so... Well, that's your problem. You can't ask JoJo that kind of stuff and expect an honest answer. Why not? I'll resurrect you with magic, with black magic. Then I'll come back as a zombie. Can I be an idol zombie? Can I be part of Franz Shushu? The only boy idol zombie in that group? Please. Please. This will be like 20 years after I've been dead. Is it a sensitive topic that I should avoid? Miara shakes her head. No, it's nothing like that. Haven't you noticed by now that JoJo is hesitant to talk about herself? Specifically the time before she came above ground? Idol zombie Bosskwar. Gamer knew. No, not particularly. She doesn't openly talk about it. But it's not like I've asked her. I figured it was a taboo topic for students who live underground at Amadronia. Well, you're not wrong. There are certainly a number of students who would get upset if you asked them about that part of their life. But for JoJo, it isn't like that. She isn't embarrassed or ashamed or distraught. She just doesn't want to tell people the truth. Are you sure about that? Drew seemed like she was willing to tell me about that part of her life. The only reason why she didn't was because I was so startled. Whatever she planned on telling you, I doubt it would have been the truth. Look, don't get me wrong. JoJo's a nice person to be around, and it's possible to get along with her. I'm just saying that you shouldn't take everything she says at face value. Whenever she says something which doesn't add up, run it past Hira or Kokori. They'll give you the real story. Ooh. Alright. I had my phone overheated. Monk ass. With the help of those close to Drew, I can feel the negative aspects of her personality being dragged out into the light. Coco implied that Drew isn't as averse to violence as she claims to be. On the contrary, she has no qualms about harming her friends or putting their lives in jeopardy. According to Miara, Drew is a chronic liar, or at the very least, extremely secretive about her past. Oh, it's good we lied then! It cements our story. Given what I do know about Drew's past, namely the wounds she suffered at the hands of others, I can hardly fault her for that. If I'd suffered through that kind of torture that Drew had, I wouldn't be able to bring it up either. I might even become desensitized to violence, or unknowingly become violent myself. Anyway, back to your question. People were already calling her JoJo before I got here, so I'm not sure how it all began. All I gathered was that it started around the time when JoJo was first allowed above ground. Alright. Monkas. I tried asking Kokori, but she just spouted some gibberish about nicknames, making people feel like they belong. Given the timing and the similarities in their nicknames, I'm guessing Kokori called Drew that the first time they met. Timing and similarities? Coco, JoJo, Kokori's the 4th year, Drew's the 3rd year. I don't know why or how the two of them were paired together, but I think I know who came up with that nickname. So you think Kokori's to blame, do you? Come to think of it, I do vaguely remember being told to call her Coco, but we only met a couple times, so I guess it never sunk in. You might want to keep that in mind. She doesn't like having her full name used. Jeez, what's with the big deal with names and nicknames anyway? Just stick with your real name, even if you hate it. Keep things nice and simple. Yeah, my name's Scott. All right. I think we're getting a bit off topic here. Is there anything else you can tell me about Jeru that you might think would be relevant? Not really. I do remember hearing something about her having a bad experience with the hunt, but I never really got into the details of that. I stop and stare at Miara as a familiar subject comes up once more. Jeru and the hunt, and not her experience as a hunter, but something else entirely. The hunted? Coco touched upon this briefly, only to then quickly change the topic, as though it was something which shouldn't be said. Scotch. And my name is... For some reason, I can't recharge bits anymore. That's because you put like millions of dollars in bits, Magnus. They're cutting you off. Actually, that wouldn't make sense, would it? Twitch would be all the more willing to help you get those bits. Now, Miara's brought it up too, that Jeru's relationship with the hunt outside of her participation and the notion of something bad happening during that time. I don't know what it is yet, but I'm definitely onto something here. Oh, yeah, she was definitely the hunted, wasn't she? After bidding Miara good... Wait, hold on. We're going to settle this once for all. How do you say Miara's name?
Self-voicing enabled.
Hold on.
After bidding Mira good night as her replacement comes to relieve her of her duty, I make my way not to class, but to the principal's office.
Mira.
Self-voicing disabled.
It's Mira. You guys lied to me. You guys lied to me. I never thought that the internet would fucking lie to me. Destruction. While it's possible that he will rightly tell me that Jeru's background is none of my business, I figure that he is at least more approachable than Hira. Furthermore, unlike Hira, I actually know where to find the principal, and the odds of him freezing me to death are lower, even though he probably could, because he probably knows those magics. Dricken and Mira. It's wrong! Well, I guess it is, because it counts... It says Dricken. Worst case scenario, he chastises me for not minding my own business. If I'm lucky, he'll be able to shed more light on the subject than Coco and Miara. Feeling that I have nothing to lose, I open the door to Ein's office and step inside. Hello? Excuse me, sir. Oh, good morning, Sable. You're here rather early this morning. Did you at least bring a cup of coffee with you? The moment I enter his office, Ein appears before me, looking more tired than I've ever seen him, with his eyes only half open. Ein attempts to straighten himself out as he takes a step toward me. No, I'm afraid not. I don't actually drink coffee, so. Have you created a spell which turns air into coffee? No, I can't say that I've even considered the possibility of something like that. Oh, but I do know a few rejuvenation spells. Nothing groundbreaking, but they're at least as good as a caffeine hit. No, it's fine. Forget about it. What do you want, Sable? Oh, nothing overly important. If it's a bad time, I can always come back. Water only. I like variety, you know? I'll drink a soda every now and then. I like drinking juice a lot. I drink water a lot too. Because if I just had water, I'd want to die. But, you know. It's not that it's a bad time exactly. It's just... for the past 2 weeks now, we've had a sudden influx in the number of students being admitted to the underground facilities. Everyone involved has been working double time. Present company included. My condolences. That does sound pretty tiring. Tell me about it. And now that Jeru has been relieved of her duties, the amount of work being shoved onto our collective plates has increased even further. Not to sound uncaring, but I really wish he'd picked a better time to suffer from a breakdown. As Ein continues to speak, an idea surfaces in my mind. Wait a minute. Jeru fell ill when her workload suddenly increased? Well, yes, I did just say that. No. What I'm saying isn't that she fell ill at a bad time. What if the sudden influx of work is what pushed Giroux over the edge? You think that her falling ill and lashing out at another student is a result of that girl being overworked? I wouldn't say that's the main reason, but given the timing, it can't be ruled out as a factor. Yes, you're right about that. I'd rather not admit to anything which might land the Academy in hot water, but between you and me, I do think Giroux is overworked. Right, so maybe. However, overworked or not, she has no excuse for hurting another student like she did. Yeah, before I can use this information to defend Giroux, Ein quickly shuts my argument down. Now then, shall I assume from your manner of questioning that you've come to talk about Giroux's recent actions? Yeah, that's right. I was hoping that you could help me to fill in the gaps and tell me things which our mutual acquaintances don't. It's good that you're concerned about your friend, but please understand the position you're putting me here in. I could get into a lot of trouble for sharing personal information about students. I won't ask you anything sensitive, except everything sensitive. I just want to know a little bit more about Giroux, to help me understand why she lashed out like she did. Giroux has always claimed to be against violence, and yet, at the same time, she had no problem with injuring Coco during our first hunt. Or Miara, just the other day. Giroux also told me that she was only an inhabitant of the underground facilities for a short time, and that she soon came up to the surface as a regular student. According to Miara, however, Giroux's been staying at this academy for almost a decade. As much as I want to believe in Giroux, the fact of the matter is that her own friends are calling her a liar and painting her in a not-so-flattering light. It's okay for her to kill us, but JoJo lashing out can expel her. Well, I mean, they're never gonna know where I went. Please, sir, I won't ask you to tell me everything, or to divulge in personal information which could land you in hot water. But if you could, would you help me understand what's going on here? Listening on silently until the end, Ein continues to stare at me with a wry smile on his face as he considers my plea. Look at the smile. Even though I'm trying to be reasonable, the fact still remains that I am asking him to do something he shouldn't. Ein might be persecuted if he tells me anything he shouldn't, or at the very least, he might no longer be trusted by his own students. Nonetheless, very well, I'll share with you what I can. It isn't much, but this should be fine. Mustering his resolve, Ein brushes out the last of his fatigue and looks me straight in the eye. Sable, you are familiar with the students in the underground facilities, correct? I am of the understanding that you have been visiting students down there and assisting with their rehabilitation. Yes, I have. I don't know how much help I have been, but I'm fairly familiar with what goes on down there. Good. That will save some time. While I cannot comment on the treatment of individual students, I can confirm their enrollment at this academy and other such details about their time here. Giroux, for instance, has been a student of this academy for just over 9 years now. She is currently a third-year student and has never repeated a grade. What? 9 years? So she really was... I cannot comment on a student's rehabilitation or lack thereof. I can only confirm the details of their enrollment. Alright? So 9 years. JoJo's best girl. Pausing for a moment as I comprehend what the principal's saying, I nod in acknowledgement. So he can safely mention administrative information such as the length of a student's enrollment, but not personal details, like their need for rehabilitation. Alright. This might be a bit tricky, but I can work with that. Ooh, what is this? Some music. Giving myself ample time to think about an appropriate question, I eventually move my lips once more. This student, Giroux, when she enrolled at Amatronia, who was it that signed the paperwork pertaining to her enrollment? That particular student's enrollment was authorized by another student, who has since graduated. Amatronia's principal handled the processing of her paperwork. Okay, Drew was authorized by another student. That's rather odd. Yeah, that's weird. Usually, a student would be authorized by their parents. If their parents were already deceased or otherwise unable to act as the student's guardian, the student would authorize them themselves, assuming they were of legal age. For another student to authorize her enrollment? What could that possibly mean? Opting to push that question aside for later, I decided to temporarily move on to a different subject. When was the student's first involvement in the hunt? At least use that campaign's proper name when you're talking to its founder. Drew signed on as a participant for the March for Public Order 2 years ago as a first-year student. Yes, but when was her first involvement in the March for Public Order? Ooh. Drew signed on as a participant in the March for Public Order 2 years ago as a first-year student. Ein repeats himself word for word. Whatever Drew had to do with the hunt before becoming a participant, it is too personal for Amadronius Principal to share with an unrelated party. Yeah, so she... What? I thought Sable's parents didn't want him attending school, but they signed the papers? At that point, I feel like he might have just done it himself. This is harder than I thought. I don't even know what information I'm trying to extract from the principal. How am I supposed to ask the right question if I don't know what answers I seek? Perhaps I should put an end to this and continue searching for Hira after all. Sighing in resignation, I give up on our little game of Q&A. Alright, I think that'll do. I don't have any more questions for you. Thanks for playing along, Ein. I'll figure out the rest. Anytime, my boy. As much as I loathe to admit this, the truth of the matter is that Giroux's outburst has put me in a rather precarious position. Anything you can bring to my attention regarding her behavior would be most appreciated. I'll do my best, though I can't promise anything. The only one who really seems to to know what's going on is... Oh! My eyes widen as a realization hits me. Even if Ein can't tell me about Giroux himself, there is one thing he can do for me. Before I go, sir, there is one little thing I would like you to assist me with. Is it actually going into yup. It's actually going into the facility, I think. Oh boy. He's probably a legal adult. Yeah. What are these? As darkness begins to fill the sky, I slowly make my way down to the courtyard. Silent, devoid of life, and painfully cold for any who dare to approach. The courtyard feels like a completely different place at this late hour. Stripped of its usual warmth and vibrance, the atmosphere seems almost eerie. Because everything he finds out is classified information which can't disclose with an unrelated party. Hey, if JoJo and Sable have a baby, will it be Spider-Man or Spider-Girl? Really just depends on genes, I guess. Dude, I need to turn on my light. Hold on. The light. Oh, no, I stood up the stretch. Oh. Alright. Ah, yes. Turn on that light. Drink some water. All right. If I didn't have such a compelling reason to be here right now, I'd just as soon head back inside and revel in the warmth and comfort of my bedroom. Unfortunately, that is not an option right now. I have been afforded this opportunity by the principal, and I shall not allow it to go to waste. But, she is going to show up, isn't she? Oh, okay. I don't know how much longer I can take this. I'm going to have to light a fire if she doesn't show up soon. No sooner has that thought crossed my mind than the sound of footsteps reaches my ear. Coming from the direction of the entrance to the underground facilities, I spy a familiar figure, who briefly winces upon seeing my face. Yep, needless to say, that figure belongs to my human-hating acquaintance, Hira. Good evening, Hera. Thank you for agreeing to meet with me on such short notice like this. Spare me the pleasantries. I did not come here because of your summons. I only responded to the principal's message because I already planned on meeting with you. The timing of your invitation was sheer coincidence. Only partially understanding Hera's reply, I question her response. I'm not sure I understand. Are you saying you wanted to speak with me? Hardly. I would rather have my nails yanked off than speak with a despicable human male such as yourself. Ugh, there's the Hera I remember. This is Little Drag's waifu in this game. I smile wryly as Hera continues. As displeasing as I find this arrangement, the truth of the matter is that our interests currently align. We both wish for action to be taken regarding JoJo's recent behavior, do we not? Oh, so that's why you're planning on meeting with me. I wouldn't phrase it quite like you did, but yes, I suppose I would like for some kind of movement to take place on that front. Excellent. Then we are in agreement. Apparently so. I've been hearing a lot of bad things about Drew recently, but I'm sure it's nothing that can't be sorted out. Once Drew has calmed down and apologized for her behavior, we can all just sit down and talk this whole mess out together. Jeez, was the only one who enrolled JoJo a human student? Oh, maybe. Well, so, oh, Jesus! Wouldn't concern him anymore, because spiders eat their oh. What in the world are you prattling on about? In response to my optimistic suggestion, Hera shoots me a look of utter disbelief. Your big plan is to force JoJo to apologize, and then just wait for everything to fall into place. That goes beyond even mere foolishness. Even for if you are a human, I find it hard to believe that you are this stupid. Hey! I'm a nerd! Look, I'm not saying it's gonna be easy, or that there won't be more work involved, but we gotta start somewhere, right? If Jiru admits her wrongdoing and apologizes earnestly, it will change nothing. Oh, Hera steps forward, glaring at me intensely as she approaches. Don't kill me! Things will not return to how they were before. Even if you force JoJo to apologize, nothing will happen. It is already far too late for that. Words will no longer have any effect. What do you mean by that? Even if apologizing doesn't resolve anything or everything, it's still obviously the first step towards making amends. I am saying that the whole process of making amends is completely meaningless at this point in time. Once JoJo has been rehabilitated, only then will her apologies serve a purpose. Yep, I knew something was weird. Rehabilitated? My eyes open wide as Hera touches upon a subject with which I should already be quite familiar with by this point. The students living underground have all been undergoing rehabilitation with one form or the other. For some, it's a matter of learning how to interact with other students. For others, it's to learn about human culture, or to recover from grievous wounds while contemplating their future. As a student who once lived in the underground facilities, Jiru naturally underwent that same rehabilitation process at some point in the past. JoJo has been doing well as part of this little experiment, but it is now time for that to come to an end. If she is still prone to bouts of intense rage, then it is clearly too early for JoJo to walk on the surface. For the protection of herself and others, JoJo must return to the underground facilities, not as a caretaker, but as a patient. You want to send Jiru back down there? So this is her problem. Bouts of violent rage. Or, oh boy. Hang on a second. Don't you think that's a bit of an overreaction? It was just one incident, right? Come on. Can't the Academy just look the other way? It was not just one incident. Not that I'd expect an ignorant human such as yourself to realize that. Failure to sleep, failure to eat, mutilating herself, lashing out at others. This has been going on for some time now, and her behavior is only becoming worse as time goes on. JoJo has clearly lost her ability to take care of herself. She must be returned to the underground facilities where she will receive the treatment she needs. I attempt to defend Jiru and vie for her continued freedom. The last thing I want is for Jiru, the kind-hearted librarian and caretaker of others, to be locked away underground for years to come. Nago Miki-chan, what have you done? She does not deserve that kind of treatment, nor does she need rehabilitation. Or so I thought. Oh, I hate to admit it, but if what Hira is saying is true, then perhaps Drew really should undergo further treatment. Eating or sleeping less than she should is not something for which I can fault Drew. It is her decision to make, and I've acted in a similar manner before coming to Amadronia. But mutilating herself, hurting others, you know, the image of Drew attacking Miara has already been burned into my mind. Even though the tussle only lasted for a short while, the impression it left on me has not waned in the slightest. For that brief moment, I caught a glimpse of rage I never thought someone as kind and well-mannered as Drew could possibly possess. I haven't done anything. I'm just making sure you're ready, Nagamaki-chan. As it turns out, I was simply being naive. Show full image. You mean this? You mean the arm? The pinning? That's what you want? Well, beer. God damn it. Realizing that there is more to Drew's mistakes than a one-time lapse of judgment, I find myself quickly coming over to Hira's way of thinking. Even so, I cannot help but feel sorry for Drew. But she was doing so well. Drew managed to get out of the underground facilities, and she's devoted all her time since then to helping others. How could someone like that wind up being sent right back to where she started? Foolish human. Have you still not realized that JoJo is not the kind, helpful person you imagine her to be? Taking care of the students in the underground facilities is something she does because she must. It was one of the conditions for her to return to the surface. Similarly, the library is not her refuge, it is her prison. She resides there not of her own free will, but because she must. What you perceive as JoJo's kindness is actually part of her treatment. Oh god, that is... Nagamaki-chan, we need to figure this out. No way, you can't really mean that. I was told that she digitized books and started working in the library for the sake of helping others. Not only that, she also joined the hunt early and started taking care of the underground students, all because she didn't want others to suffer like she did. Oh, and from whom did you hear all that? You know, that what? Everything was a lie. The stream got these... God damn it. From Giroux. My breath catches in my throat as I recognize the fatal flaw in the many conclusions I've drawn. Until now, I've always taken Giroux at her word, never questioning what she told me. I trusted her implicitly without once suspecting her. And why shouldn't I? Why should I suspect someone who showed me nothing but kindness and respect, and who always seemed to be acting for the sake of others? Where's Lego Time Bomb? Probably playing Super Smash Brothers with Ray. Quite possibly, if I were to take a guess. They gotta unlock all the characters. Drew gave me no reason to doubt her words. As such, I continued to believe them. You mother trucker. Listen, Ray bought the Switch. He's a madman. But if what Hero is saying is now correct, the truth is, are you saying that she's been lying to me this entire time? It's... Casey, what are you doing? 10k bits if you go break it. That 10k bits is only $100. That does not make up the cost of the Switch for, what is it, $300? I think. God damn it. Shenanigans. I heard you're back from your shits. Your thing. Now you can get on them games, as the kids say. Anyway, lying to me the whole time? Nanny? I don't understand. Why would she do something like that? Why go to the trouble of lying to me about such things? Dominican lie? You tell me. You're the wannabe therapist around here, aren't you? Hey! I shake my head from side to side. I have no idea. What could she possibly gain from lying to someone like me right from the start? Unless... I gaze at Hira, hoping that she'll cut me off and offer a different explanation than the one that has come to my mind. In the face of her silence, however, I have little choice but to continue. Drew's been lying not just to me, but to everyone. Or to put it in another way, she's been lying to herself. Nanny? Okay. See, you do sound like a therapist. Only a therapist would casually utter such a cliche line without batting an eyelid. You too, Hira. Et tu, Brute. What's with all the unnecessary hatred for therapists? Not daring to vocalize my thoughts, I wait for Hira to continue. And there's the Papa John's. Wait. Free cheese sticks for Papa... Oh, that's just talking about Papa John's reward systems. Shit, man. He did what had to be done, and I liked it. Not daring to vocalize my thoughts, I wait for Hira to continue. Papa John's! I know, right? Be that as it may, you are correct. Put simply, JoJo lies to everyone around her in order to build her own self-image. She wants others to see her as a kind, helpful person who struggles for the sake of others. And that isn't the truth. Hira shakes her head. Not even close. Oh, trying my best to reject Hira's claims. I think back over something that I've heard about Jiru, not from her own mouth, but from the others who knew her. Given that we have only a few mutual acquaintances, it's been difficult to put much information together. What do you think? What do you think, Nakomiki-chan? She has been lying to us the whole time. Drew lied about how long she's resided at Amatronia. She's strangely possessive of the Academy Library. Her relation to the hunt is something out of the ordinary. Even after speaking to those closest to Jiru, this is all I've been able to gather. A pitiful amount of information, which at this stage tells me absolutely nothing. All I can say definitively at this point in time is that Jiru's past is a mystery. And at least one of the involved parties is lying to me. Dude, I got some. In which case, I don't believe you. Oh, why should I believe that Jiru is the liar here and not you? Who? You're saying that to her? She'll kill you in an instant. She will kill you in an instant. I don't like where this is going. Compulsive liar and violent. Nice combo. We gotta peel the layers off JoJo and make her let us in because she keeps everyone at a distance. I will reject the obvious conclusion staring me straight in the face. I don't expect you to take my word for it. If I were in your position, I certainly wouldn't. With that being the case, you should ask JoJo yourself. Ask her all about what she did and why. I can't. She won't respond to my terminal messages at all, and I have no idea where to find her. I plan on checking the underground facilities, but they're just huge. I'd get lost in no time. Then there's also the matter of those doors not opening at once since her disappearance. Even if JoJo barred your entry from the underground facility, she cannot bar mine. I will grant you entry. Whoa! You will? Why? So that you can see the truth about JoJo for yourself. Once you have, you will help me to convince her that she needs to stay underground and be rehabilitated. I need water for this. Hold on. PogChamp and Pogger and Monka. You know when you talk for a long period of time? Yeah, that's what's happening to me. I'm not gonna do that. Yes, you will. JoJo needs help. Once you understand that, you will conform to my will. All that remains now is for the two of you to meet face to face. Oh boy. And cliffhanger! No, I'm kidding. Don't worry about it. With Hira's help, I am able to enter the underground facilities once more. Thanks to perhaps to the fact that I've been walking beside her all this time, I do not feel a chill when I enter the facilities. Compared to the sub-zero body temperature of the Yukiona by my side, the underground facilities are like a sauna. I've never talked a lot. Time to find Chris's body and eat it. He's in a state of denial. Kinda. It's fighting words. Be that as it may, I have no thoughts to spare the temperature of my surroundings. Right now, the only thing on my mind is my impending meeting with Giroux, and what will come thereafter. When we meet with Giroux, make sure to keep your distance, and do not allow yourself to be taken in by her words. She's an expert at manipulating others while hiding her intent. If you believe her unconditionally, you will never reach the truth. Oh, God damn it. Offering me those final words of advice, Hira heads toward one of the doors lining the hallway. It's not like a cell. It is not a cell like those containing the more dangerous students, but an actual bedroom with a proper door. In all likelihood, this is Giroux's dorm room. Jojo, it's me. Open up. Uh-oh. Hira knocks on the sturdy wooden door, then waits for a response. A few seconds later, we can hear the sound of footsteps, and before long, the door creaks open. Oh, God. How many times have I told you not to call me that? Irrelevant. You hate your real name, too. That doesn't mean that you could just call me whatever you want. Honestly, it seems like every time we've met recently, all you've done is aggravate me. So, what lecture are you going to give me today? Don't fight with the other students. The library does not belong to you. Eat and sleep properly. Whatever it is, I don't want to hear it. I'm going to keep living the way I want to, no matter what you say. Ooh. Already feeling faint of heart from what I've heard, I begin to have second thoughts about speaking with Giroux. How's she not notice us? Am I like right behind? I'm beside Hira. If Giroux is this blunt and proactive with, provocative with Hira, her good friend, then how will she treat someone like me, who she barely knows? And yet, hi Giroux, is now a bad time? Sable, no, it's not a bad time. Why would you say that? Well, the way you were talking to Hira just now, just... Jojo, shh, we love you, that's why we want you to take care of yourself. Just a bit of frankness between close friends, pay it no mind. Smiling wryly, I decide to ignore Giroux's obvious lie and continue speaking. In that case, I was hoping to speak to you about something important. Something important? Oh, could it be that you need help finding a book in the library? Just give me a moment. I'll head over there with you momentarily. You will do no such thing. The moment Giroux steps forward, Hira scowls at her. Doesn't even have to do anything. She just looks at her and is like, you are not doing that. You will not head above ground until I say so. Since when do you get to say when I come and go? Since you attacked another student for daring to mind your library. I have brought the human here so that he might see your miserable state for himself and help to guide you accordingly. I see. So that's the important matter you mentioned, Sable. You've come to play Hira's mouthpiece, regurgitating information she's fed you and agreeing with her unconditionally. How contemptible. I thought you were better than this. Let's just, stream's still going on. It is. Hang on a second, it's nothing like that. I'm just here to see for myself how you're doing since you assaulted Miara. Assaulted her? Bullshit! If I'd meant to harm that girl, she'd no longer be breathing. I was simply laying claim to what is rightfully mine. What is wrong with that? Can I go hide behind Hira real quick? And I take a step back as Giroux lashes out with surprising forcefulness. Having asserted her own innocence in a completely unconvincing manner, Giroux hesitantly relaxes her shoulders as if she's trying to get a grip. What the hell's going on here? Is this really the same Giroux I've dealt with until now? In all fairness, Giroux, Miara would fuck you up. 'Cause Gorgon? How could somebody change so much in such a short period of time? This library belongs to me. If I say it's okay for you to shout, then there's no problem. Oh, we going through all the shit she said? So, now that we've finished with that topic, how about those books you owe me? Jojo lies to everyone around her in order to build their own self-image. She wants others to see her as a kind, helpful person who struggles for the sake of others. Yeah, shut up. Don't you dare try to act innocent now. This place is mine. I won't allow you to take it away from me. Whatever you think you've learned about me in your short time here, you're sorely mistaken. Your mental image of me couldn't be more wrong. Not that I'd expect any different from a human. Wow! Still wow. Yeah, I smell a big old decision coming up, Nagamaki-chan. Nagamaki-chan! I see the decisions. They're coming. We got 3 of them. I answer my own question as I finally begin to piece together everything that I've seen and heard about Drew since I arrived at Amadronia. Whether I wish to accept what Hira has told me about Drew or not, the truth is becoming painfully clear. Drew hasn't suddenly changed. She hasn't undergone a shift in personality or lost her senses. I'm ready. Drew has simply given up on trying to act like her idealized self. So, human, have you seen enough? Even a fool such as yourself must understand the situation by now. Oh yeah, go ahead and leave. Prove that you're Hira's little lapdog. I don't care. If you're just here to chew me out, then you might as well leave. Ugh. Brought back to reality by the stern words of the 2 young women before me, I take a moment to think before shaking my head. No, not yet. Before leaving, I want to hear Jiru's side of the story. You what? You do? Idiot. Baka. What good will it do to hear the guilty party's reasoning? Whatever her motive may have been, the outcome will not change. Drew's eyes open wide in surprise, while Hira simply glares at me in disapproval. Even so, Hira soon relents. Her opposition to my wish is clear, but not so strong as to merit any further forcefulness. Fine. Have it your way. Listen to her all you want. However, I will not be staying around to listen to this drivel a second time. If you wish to hear JoJo's sob story, you will do so without my company. What if she kills me? Furthermore, I will accept no responsibility for what she does to you after I leave. Knowing that, will you choose to listen to her deceptive words? I'm fine with listening to Jiru alone. I know that she won't hurt me. You don't know. How naive. I was gonna say, you don't know that. Oh god, we're fucked. Help! Displeased by my answer, Hira walks off in the direction of the entrance to the underground facilities. After waiting for the sound of her footsteps to disappear, Drew hesitantly turns toward me, unsure of how to proceed. So, you've decided to hear me out after all. When we met like this in the past, it seemed as though the very last thing you wanted to do was hear what I had to say. It's not like that. I was just surprised. You suddenly stripped in front of me and then told me how you wound up with those horrible wounds all over your body. It was a complete shock. I suppose it would be. For a human such as yourself, the unsightly mass known as my body would have been quite a horrid sight to behold. Unfortunately, there is little that I can do about that. The scars covering my body do not heal, and yet the unnecessary appendages I wish to rid myself of always grow back. It's like some kind of cruel joke, isn't it? Unsure of how to respond to Jiru's description of herself, I pushed the conversation in a slightly different direction. You know, the last time we talked about this, when you showed me your body, you said something about telling me the full story another time. I wasn't ready back then, but if you're still willing to confide in me, you don't want to hear about that, Sable. I was wrong to show you my body, and I was wrong to tell you about myself. Please, just forget that I said anything. Reluctantly, I shake my head. It's already far too late for that, Drew. Do you have any idea how many nights I laid awake, thinking about that night, imagining the horrible things which you must have suffered through? I couldn't barely even look at you, let alone talk to you. I was afraid that if I did, you'd continue where we left off, and that I'd be forced to relive that moment all over again. So you really were avoiding me after all. You lied. You lied to me! And then she kills us. We're dead. I was, but not because I found the sight of you to be horrible or disgusting. I avoided you because I was afraid to think about what had made you that way. Now that it's come to this, I don't have the leisure of worrying about that anymore. I want you to confide in me, just like before. Make me understand why you've been acting so horrible lately. Convince me that you shouldn't be caged like some wild animal. If you're willing to tell me, then please, let me hear your side of all this. You aren't going to like what you hear. You won't learn anything of importance either. Knowing what I was like before I came to Amatronia won't suddenly give you all the answers you seek. I know. Even so, I want to hear it. Very well. Drew takes a deep breath, then slowly exhales. With her eyes still closed, Drew does this a number of times, allowing the silence to consume us. Just as I'm about to speak up myself, Drew opens her eyes at last, having finally prepared herself to tell a tale she apparently doesn't want to share. Sable, let me start by asking you a question. Do you have a family? A mother? A father? Perhaps a sibling or two? Yeah, I do. I don't have any siblings, but both my parents are still around. Then you're the same as I used to be. 2 parents and a single child. I can feel my face contort in confusion as Drew says something unexpected. Only 1 child? That's odd. Don't spiders usually... I know what you're thinking, Sable. Spiders usually spawn many offspring, not just 1, right? No. I know you aren't a spider. It would be wrong of me to assume that you breed like they do. If you did make that assumption, you'd be right. I originally had many brothers and sisters. However, I am the only one who remains. The rest of the eggs of my mother laid were incinerated by humans long ago. Ooh, more humans fucking everything up. I gulp audibly as I hear a word I desperately hope that Drew wouldn't say. Humans. Drew's siblings were killed by humans. Drew's family was not the victim of a natural disaster or lack for food. Of food or any other such event. They were decimated by my kind, just like so many other species. Yeah, humans are fucked up. My mother was severely injured while trying to save my siblings and I. Ironically, this injury led to her being unable to produce any more eggs. What a foolish woman. If she just let us die, she would have been able to spawn to her heart's content. That may be true, but you can't just really fault your mother for wanting to protect her children, right? The fact that she managed to save you is proof that her efforts didn't go to waste, isn't it? Drew shakes her head. Rather than save one of her children, it would have been more sensible to abandon me and spawn many more. I am not so conceited as to think that my life is more valuable than the collective lives of many, many hundreds of brothers and sisters who might have been. That's not something I can argue with. Fucking unable to refute Drew's words, yet also unwilling to agree with her story. Or, not her story, with her, I say no more. At any rate, that matter is in the past. She cannot spawn any more children, so the point is moot. Yeah, I guess so. You can't change the past. If your mother is now infertile, then there's no point debating what might have been. Infertile? Oh yes, I suppose that was the reason at first. At first? Drew nods. My mother was rendered infertile, but not for long. My kind, whatever we are exactly, heal at a rather impressive rate, if I do say so myself. Given time, my mother would likely have regained her ability to reproduce. It may have taken a decade or 2, but I believe that she would have managed to recover eventually. Had she not been killed, that is. Yep, there it is. I gulp anxiously as Drew ends her explanation in the matter that I feared. Just like her siblings, Drew's mother was killed, likely by humans, leaving only Drew and her father behind. It is one of many scenarios I'd envisioned while laying awake at night, but clearly not one I hope to be true. That's just... It's horrible. First your siblings, then your mother, not to mention all the other things humans have done to you as well. You must hate human beings more than I could have ever imagined. Sable, you seem to be misunderstanding something. I do not hate humans. Furthermore, my mother was not killed by humans, nor was my father. What? They weren't? Well, humans were responsible for my parents' deaths, but they did not kill them directly. I did. Monk-ass, Space Marines, wee-woo, help, run, fall back. Huh? You did who, the what, and the why now? Now go make a shot! Drew's gaze narrows as she stares at me malevolently. Don't play dumb, Sable. You know exactly what I'm saying. My parents were not killed by humans. They were killed by me. My heart skips a beat, and I unconsciously take a step back. Do you know what it's like to watch your parents die right in front of your eyes? No. Let me change that question. Do you know what it's like to murder your parents with your own two hands? Your parents may still be alive, but surely you've pondered such things, or perhaps experienced the deaths of others who are close to you. But Hira says she lies sometimes. What do you think, Nakomiki-chan? Have you never wondered what it would be like to take the lives of those closest to you, to end their miserable lives once and for all? No, but she lies to put herself in a good light. She's not putting herself in a good light at all right now. So I don't know if this is a lie. I think it's more truth. Quite possibly. It was absolutely liberating. Drew's body quivers as she speaks. Not out of fear or anxiety or any other such emotion, but out of sheer bliss from reliving the moment of her parents' demise. After escaping the same fate as my siblings, I was eventually tracked down by another group of human beings who hunt demi-humans. When they found the three of us together, they gave me a choice. I could either kill my parents and renounce my non-human side, or I could be slain along with them. Care to guess which path I chose? Why would that's... Dude, humans. Humans, man. Humans! Fear grips my heart as Drew continues to speak horrible words with a disturbingly joyful look on her face. Even without being able to see Chiru's mouth, I can tell that she's smirking fiendishly behind that mask of hers. I don't know, it feels like she's manipulating the conversation again so she scares us off and she runs away. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see what happens. It's up to you, Nakomiki-chan. In order to fully renounce my non-human side, I was expected to undergo surgery to remove these awful extra limbs of mine. A proper removal, not like the half-assed attempts I've made over and over again. I'm talking about something permanent. But then, they came. They? Against my better judgment, I muster what little strength I have left in order to mutter a single word. The moment I do, I immediately regret my decision. You know them well, Sable. I am talking about the Hunters. Before I could undergo my surgery, those fools had the gall to save me from my liberators. My true saviors were turned over to the police with those meddlesome Hunters. While those meddlesome Hunters kidnapped me and several others, the next thing I knew, I was down here, trapped in a cage like a wild animal. Saved indeed. Drew spits out those final two sentences with a tone of clear disgust. In spite of the intentions of the Hunters, who were likely students from this very academy, Drew apparently had no desire to be saved by them. If I am to believe Drew's words, all she really wanted was to become more human through surgery, if necessary. I'm asking why you came here instead of enjoying a normal life in a human city. Yep, see? Yes, I suppose you're right. I must make the best of what I have. Longing for something else will not get me anywhere. I should ever give up on being accepted into human society. Are you insane, Drew? You brought a human here? Yo, this is just typical. You'll do anything if it means getting chummy with mankind, won't you? Frickin' sellout! Get out of here and take that barbarian with you! Yeah, I see. We knew that. We knew she wanted to be more human. I once again begin to recall relevant moments I've spent in Giroux's company. All along, Giroux has hinted at the fact that she hates being a demi-human. I interpreted such statements as ordinary self-loathing at the time, but now I know better. Above all else, Giroux wishes to be human. After being captured, I basically just sat around in my cell, waiting for the day when I might finally be released. Over time, however, I began to realize that the only students who were allowed to leave their cells were well-behaved and cooperative students. Those who played along with that counseling nonsense and put on big cheesy smiles for their jailers were granted freedom, while the rest of us were not. And so I decided to play along. I ate the food they gave me. I came up with believable stories to tell them when they asked about me, and I hid my true feelings behind this very mask. It's actually quite amusing, now that I think about it. This mask was forced onto me so that I wouldn't be able to tear off certain unnecessary appendages, and yet, in the end, I wound up using it to conceal my intent. I wonder if that could be considered an error of judgment on the principal's part, or simply a necessary risk. At any rate, I digress, and at this stage I feel I have prattled on long enough. Have I answered all your questions yet, Sable? Or is there still more you wish to know about your local librarian? Contrary to Drew's assumption, her explanation has not answered my questions. If anything, it's given me many, many, many more. Nonetheless, I realize that I cannot afford to be blown away by this one-sided conversation of ours. Even if no other words leave my mouth there hereafter, there is one question I must ask. Everything you've just told me just now, this isn't what you were going to tell me that night, is it? No. No, it isn't. On that night, I'd planned on giving you a nice long sob story, the same one I gave to the other residents down here. Then why are you telling me all this? I said I wanted to listen to your side of the story, and I do. But after lying to me for so long, why tell me the truth now? Because I stand to gain more by telling you the truth than lying to you. Stating her reason as though it is a simple matter of fact, Drew continues without changing her tone or expression in the slightest. You were brought down here because a decision is yet to be made with regard to how I'll be treated henceforth. Hira wants to keep me down here. She wants me to undergo further therapy and to remain locked away in this prison-like environment. The principal, on the other hand, wishes for me to return to the library and continue my work as both a librarian and a digitizer of old books. Kokori wishes for my return to the library. Miara wants me behind bars. The students down here are on my side, and yet the teachers up there side with the principal. With no clear resolution in sight, Hira has decided to bring you in. She believes that if you agree with her, the principal will let her have her way. That is why, before you could make your decision, I wanted to tell you the truth and to make a promise. A promise? Goostar! That's right. I wouldn't expect a pacifist like you to let me return above ground if you thought I might hurt someone after doing so. That is why, Sable, I pledge to you that I will not harm any more of the students at this academy. What happened with Miara was a one-time lapse. It will not happen again. If you side with the principal and agree that I should go free, then you have my word that I will not repeat that same mistake a second time. Okay. Nagamik-chan, help! Wee woo, Space Marines. Following a lengthy conversation with Giroux, I gradually begin to make my way towards the entrance of the underground facilities. Drew's revelations have left me with a lot to think about, as have the testimonies of those who know her best. How much worth is the word of an established liar? Yeah, exactly. That's why it's so confusing. I don't trust that promise either. And Neko Miki-chan's trying to save the day, but I know Neko Miki-chan's gonna be like, I love Jiru, and do everything for her, and we might end up dead. Jiru claims to have been lying to me since the moment we met. Apparently, the friendly librarian with whom I met on the first day of Amadronia was merely a facade used by Jiru to make others lower their guard around her. She also revealed that she murdered her parents. Jiru was coerced by hunters of demi-humans to kill her parents, with the alternative being to die along with them. Oh, boy. Might not be Sable that will die. Might be other people. Oh, jeez. Jiru claims to have done this happily, but the truth is that it's impossible to know how she felt back then. She has more to gain by going back to the library, though, and she does everything with herself first. Oof, no confidence in me anymore. Maybe you might throw me a curveball, Neko Miki-chan. You never know. On the other hand, Jiru seems to have been peaceful and non-violent since then. Despite her apparent displeasure about being taken to Amadronia, she hasn't caused any fuss, as far as I'm aware. If she had, Jiru likely wouldn't be allowed above ground in the first place. It is possible that she's simply been playing along, hiding her intentions and acting in stealth. That being said, I have no proof that this is the case, so I cannot make such claims against her. In any case, there are clearly many factors on both sides which I must consider. Be it the abuse Jiru suffered, the wound she inflicted upon Miara, or Jiru's own promise to never harm any other student in this academy again. As fate would have it, however... Oh, so, you finally returned. Have you reached a decision? Time is not on my side. Oh shit, I gotta do this now? By a decision, do you mean... I'm not sure. I'm sure I don't need to elaborate. I have no doubt that JoJo explained her situation to you, then asked you to take her side. Am I correct in assuming that you know what I'm about to ask of you? Confident that we are on the same page, I nod my head. I do, but... But? I don't know, it's just... I still can't believe all this. I thought Jiru was well-adjusted, kind, and in control, but the more I learn about her, the clearer it becomes that this isn't the case. I mean... being forced to kill her parents? Having all her siblings slaughtered? Nobody could go through that and still be okay. If you still see JoJo as a victim, then it is likely that she omitted crucial information from her tale. What could possibly make her not seem like the victim in that scenario? Her bloodline. Here are answers without delay or hesitation. Whether she preempted my question, or it's simply one she has answered before, it seems Hira is prepared to shed further light on the subject. Alright! In case you are unaware, JoJo's kind are cannibalistic by nature. Cannibalistic?! Hira nods nonchalantly. That is right. As children, her kind typically devour their siblings until only one child remains. The remaining offspring then gradually matures. Once it reaches adulthood, it devours its parent, whichever one was not killed by the other. In some rare cases, the parents are able to suppress their cannibalistic inclinations for the sake of furthering their species. They may even lay several batches of eggs, spread out over several years in a variety of places, all to maximize the chances of survival. For the most part, however, only one child survives. One parent eats the other, they raise their child, and they are inevitably consumed by said child. This single child succession of theirs has naturally led to the downfall of their race, to the point where children such as JoJo do not even know who or what they are. Though horrified by Hira's explanation, I'm forced to accept that her words make sense. She eats people! While the Black Widow spider may be the most well-known example of a cannibalistic spider, it is by no means the only one. There are several species of spiders which devour one another, typically female spiders who devour their mates after copulating. Thank you, Lady Anthea. You told us this earlier. Whether Jiru is truly a spider or not, I can't help but link these two bits of information together as more than mere coincidence. You're telling me that Drew's life has led to this point because of her genes? That's just wrong. She eats spiders, not people. It isn't wrong. It's how life works. The hunters and the hunted, the strong and the weak, the forceful and the pitiable. Some species will triumph or lead. Others will become subservient or perish. It is no different than the fate of the animals which so many demi-humans hate being compared to. There is no point in attributing any morality to this undeniable rule of life. It is simply the way things are, and how they always have been. Sleeping with a hot gal gets me killed and ate after? Dibs! Casey. God damn it. Let Casey have his moment. Yet again, I'm forced to agree with Hira. Even if I don't like what she's saying, I know she's right. Demi-humans, insects, humans, fish, we're all part of the same food chain, and we're all constantly fighting for survival. It may be easy for human beings like myself to forget this, but killing other animals and feeding off the fallen are two basically instincts for any carnivore. No matter how much I'd like to think of myself as being above such things, I do realize that I'm every bit as susceptible to such impulses as any other animal. Now then, may we finally move along? Legit chat only is the most confusing thing. Wait, what? Whoa! I'm confused. All of this talking is making me tired. I'd like to bring an end to this conversation now, if possible. Yes, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to go off on a tangent like that. I'm ready to move on whenever you are. Good. Let us not waste any more time. I will ask you a simple question, and you will give me a simple answer. Human, do you agree that JoJo should remain underground with the other traumatized students seeking counseling and being cared for? Oh boy, hold on. Hold on, Nagamiki-chan. Or do you believe that she should be free to continue living above ground, just as she has been? Oh boy! Hold on, Nagamiki-chan. Hold on, Nagamiki-chan. Nagamiki-chan. Hold on. Hold on. She. All right. All right. We need discussion time. So, what do you guys think? But hold on. Hold on. I think hold on. Hold on. By the way, someone put a Discord link in chat. Okay, hold on, guys. Let us do this next time. Let's at least have Nagamiki-chan think about it some more, because I know she likes to think about the decisions for a little bit. But we are saving the game at least. This is a heavy decision. Nagamiki-chan needs to make it. She's already been seeing all the points that people have been talking about. Listen, I could leave whenever the fuck I want. So we're cliffhanger in this one. So yes. Nagamiki-chan, you got a big decision to think about here. You got a big one to think about. Till next Friday. Yeah, it feels cliffhanger, man. That race is doomed to go extinct. I'm more with Little Drag on this one. I don't think any solution is actually correct. But what will Nagamiki-chan choose next time? Will she choose to let Jarush be set free? Or will she tell JoJo to remain underground so that she can get more rehabilitation? Find out next time on the next exciting episode on Neko Mickey-chan Plays Sable's Grimoire. We need an option where we murder. What would that solve? So, you know, resist the urge. Yeah, you better resist the urge. Alright, guys. Hope you all think about this. Think about the question. Neko Mickey-chan makes final answer, but when we return, then you guys can, you know, yell at Neko Mickey-chan then. So for now, this is the best place to end it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the subs and the bits and the subs and follows and the meme donations and all that. And we'll be next time, next Friday, to figure out what Neko Mickey-chan wants to do. Sunday, I might stream. It's a big might. And it'll probably be more Fallout because I've been itching to play that again. Because it was so fucking stupid. And Lady Anthea subbed at the very end. 4 months in a row. Thank you, Lady Anthea.
Thank you.
There it is. I was waiting for it.
Are totally awesome, almost as good as pudding.
If I can get all my recording and stuff done in time, which I probably can. Hopefully. So, yeah. I'll see you guys later. I love cliffhangers.